Right, can I have a napkin?
Use your fucking shirt.
Tonight we have two assholes eating into the microphones, not just one.
The microphone's on the table. I won't chew into it. I gotta eat something.
Lou, welcome back.
Thanks for having me, boys.
Anytime.
Big Lou D. Happy Hulk. The Happy Hulk.
We're all happy Hulks
Soon to
inside,
be
actually.
the biggest freak over 50 in mankind history, in the history of mankind.
That's the goal.
When are you 50?
September, but I start.
Oh, okay.
I'm starting a recomp tomorrow. I'm gonna bring it down a little bit, bring the body fat down, and then we're going to put a long-term plan together to get me prepared for next spring, and then maybe for the Masters Nationals in the summer. That's the goal.
Wow.
Now that the heart's better.
So in other words, you're not going to do any of the typical fat-burning pharmaceuticals for this recon?
Nope. I'm actually I was doing T3. I guess I'm going to pull the T3.
That's
and use
interesting.
it
It
over the counter.
should be very interesting.
Yeah.
Food only and cardio.
Yep. A little bit of prop.
The old-fashioned way,
Some
yeah.
GH. There's not even there's an over-the-counter anti-estrogen. Oh, it actually wants me taking 500 milligrams a week of Primobolan, which is I don't think you can find real Primobolan out there in the black market nowadays. I think they use something else, but I'll do my best.
You have a fondness for propionates. You want to explain that to the maniacs?
Like I said, I just like the short acting propionate because it's in and out of my system within 24 36 hours. So if there ever is another medical issue, then I need to come off and get it out of my system quickly. I use the propionate.
How do you compare it in effectiveness for size and strength versus a long acting ester?
Well, obviously, the longer esters. There's more water retention. I think you grow a little. You grow leaner, I guess, if that's the proper term to use. You don't hold as much water weight and stuff like that. I mean, if I was to take comparable amounts of propionate to an anthate or cypionate, I think the strength would be equivalent. But I do low dose propionate and. My strength. I've bumped it from 100 milligrams every other day to 200 milligrams every other day, and I've seen a considerable raise in strength, and I've started to put some size on pretty quickly too with this.
So that's a magic number.
Yeah, I've even done higher than that, during prep, for the last 8 weeks pre-contest. I probably ran, 300 milligrams every other day or whatever it was with propionate and DHT and, the typical, pre-contest 8-week cycle. Primobolan. Yeah.
Typical, not the freak stack.
No, it would be considered a freak stack. Lenny probably did something pretty comparable. I think all bodybuilders almost do the same stack pre-contest. Propionate, Primobolan, Winstrol. Some use Anavar. Letrozole is usually the anti-estrogen of choice at that point.
You don't use any anti-estrogen, do you?
Not until I diet. I feel that the estrogen helps put on size.
But I think the excess. I would really like to see your blood work because with 2 grams of testosterone a week, Lenny, it's got to be detrimental. That's
There's a lot of Dianabol and then a decent amount of equipoise DECA as well.
Yeah, I just think it's got to become detrimental. That's with the estrogen that high. It's got to contribute to you being sluggish. There's a lot of definitely downsides to having estrogen that's through the roof. You want to definitely. If I was, I would imagine you're probably, taking. What did you say? 2 grams, or a little less than 2 grams of testosterone?
2,400 a test.
Yeah, so
900 DECA, 900 equipoise, and 150 milligrams a day of Dianabol.
I would say.
Whenever you ask Lenny what his stack is, it always reminds me of when you used to ask Jason what do you eat throughout the day? Well, first I have my first meals, and then my second meals, then my third meal. If you watch the old videos, it's like the switch just gets flipped on. He goes into like, robot mode, as he says.
That's honesty, unlike Dale Chance.
I would think the optimal estrogen level with that much testosterone would probably be somewhere in the range of 50 to 80, where the optimal range would probably be somewhere between 30 and 60. I would imagine Lenny is probably in the hundreds. His estrogen.
I haven't grown any tits yet.
Yeah, I'm sure you're hoping to.
Have you ever had you don't ever get any tenderness or anything like that, or?
Yeah, the rare times that I'm grabbed there, which is pretty rare these days, it's kind of painful.
That's not good. You got knots or no?
No.
You've never had knots ever?
He's got fucking pancake tits. He doesn't even have any muscle there.
No, but
he'd be good if he had some fucking bitch tits. He actually might
there'd be a knot,
put some size on him.
under there,
Oh yeah, there's a small one. Yeah, a little bump.
like a pea, right?
Yeah, but I go on the anti-estrogens, it flattens out real
Fucking
quick.
flapjacks.
I mean, I had mine taken out. Like I had my first one done in the mid early 90s.
You're kidding.
No,
What's that?
The fucking knots in my tits.
You mean from gyno?
From gyno, yeah. Then I had the second one done like in 2000, 2001. Like the first time, it was the doctor. I was wide awake. It was an inpatient procedure. The doctor put a cut under my nipple. He's cutting away inside there. He pulls it out.
While you're awake? No.
Well, I was awake. I watched the whole thing. Just did a local.
Oh,
it was
wow.
a whole, this Boca guy, whole fucking dog and pony show. Anesthesia under the fucking, out cold.
What kind of doctor do you go to get that done?
Just a general surgeon.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go to a general surgeon. It's usually covered by health insurance too, because you say, hey, I'm concerned about having cancer or breast cancer, so they can.
No shit.
Yeah, they can put that through insurance.
I thought they'd put you to sleep for that though.
They did the second time. The first time I was wide awake. I watched the whole thing going like this.
Just out of one or both?
Just on my left one. The right one I was fucking knocked out. It was fucking ridiculous. It was overkill. You don't need to be. I mean, you can be.
So you don't get that effect again?
No, my it's totally gone. It's been totally removed.
Can that come back?
Not for me, no.
I think The Rock had that procedure too.
I think a lot of guys should. I mean, I know guys that.
Well, if you have to.
Yeah.
And that's caused from what? Not using estrogen blockers when you
Well,
should?
yeah, the testosterone converts to estrogen, and when your body, when you have too much of an estrogen buildup, you start to grow tits. Like, I didn't have it bad. I mean, it was like, probably like, I don't know, maybe the size of a cashew or something. Like, some people, like, start getting tits and they, like, hang and they're, like,
Oh, we saw one guy at the gym that had it bad. Remember that guy that used to wear the fucking really tight white tank
Oh,
top?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
Jesus,
I do.
man.
Yeah. It's,
Like,
it's not a pretty sight.
Wear a fucking bigger shirt.
it's-
How do you
it's-
not see that, man?
It's not a pretty sight, especially when you're a bodybuilder and you're on stage and you got fucking tits hanging. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talking about bodybuilding, I went to a show this weekend. I went down and watched the.
Oh, that was this weekend?
Yeah.
The one at Olympic Heights?
That was the one Koth Andrew did, right?
Last
Year.
year,
The diamond.
The diamond.
Yeah.
How was that?
There was like 2 bodybuilders in the whole show that were worth a damn. I tried to send you guys pictures. The one super heavyweight.
Yeah, I saw
pretty
some
good.
of those.
Yeah, they're decent.
How was the crowd?
They had a good crowd. It was okay.
A lot of the men's bikini strutting around.
There was a decent amount of classic physique guys, and then there was a decent amount. I didn't stay for bikini, but Michaelosis, Black Michaelosis, the kid that's like 6'4". You might have seen him around my office. at
Yes,
Divine before.
yes, from
He-
Massachusetts.
No, he's from New Jersey.
Okay.
Played defensive end.
Yeah, okay, for sure, yeah.
Anyways, he won his class, but he didn't win the overall. He just doesn't get sharp enough, man. He's got something about his skin. I don't know. Poor kid just can't thin his skin out. I don't know what it is. And I worked with him, and he supposedly worked with the best this time, and it's just his skin doesn't get paper thin.
That shit gets expensive, man. Koth Andrew got a coach. I think the guy wanted like $1,000 a month or some shit. Yeah.
Who's Andrew?
He was in our older videos. He worked at our old world gym, trained Jason briefly. He competes every now and then. Kind of looks like a combination of Odell Beckham and Edson Barboza.
Yeah.
With a little blonde.
He's a Nordic Negro.
Yeah.
I think his mother's white, his father's black. Or reverse. I can't remember.
I think the mom is white.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Is that what it
White,
is?
the dad's one. I think.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to Chlor getting back on stage, though.
Is he going to do
Did he
that?
say he's definitely doing
I
that?
mean, I know he's back on.
How's he feeling back on it?
He said he feels like shit, which I don't understand. But he said he gained some size from the Rad 140 and the MK 677 that I sent up to him. He said he put 15 pounds on, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about that.
I'm assuming you sound like me. He's growing. And when you're growing, major changes are going on physiologically. You're
And you
gonna
feel like shit? Well,
yeah.
that's ridiculous.
Well, you want to sleep for sure.
It's
I
an
mean, that's-
unnatural, it's, regaining lost muscle, but it's definitely an unnatural process.
Yeah, bodybuilding isn't natural. You fuck up your tendons, your joints, everything.
I just think when you put a foreign substance in your body and you haven't used it for 6 years, it's your body's like, what the fuck is this? It's going to want to fight it.
I bet in the weight room he's liking it.
I'm sure.
Yeah, you probably great fucking pumps.
Hopefully make a good few training videos when he comes down here too at LA Fitness.
I watched the episode when you guys had him here on the show, and he was talking about when Andrew asked him like, when did you start to realize that you were strong or whatever, and when Andrew goes, when people would stop and watch me lift at the gym. And honestly, like, I don't stop and look at many people, because I'm a pretty strong guy, and most of the people I see don't impress me. And Andrew, I used to stop and look at that fucking kid and be amazed when he was on the bench press. I'd be like, how can somebody do that? Like, I'd be doing close grips, like with 405 or whatever. Then Andrew would get under it, he'd warm up, he would do 405 on for his regular bench, and then he'd throw like 600 pounds on for his bench and do it for 6. Just like,
Like that.
Yeah.
crazy.
Jay turns heads too, though. He's fucking really strong too.
Yeah. I've never seen.
Jay turns heads because he does the lift, and then he runs to the closest garbage can and
Just
pukes.
dry heaves. Looks like his head's gonna fucking explode. It's great.
Like a tomato.
Bleeding from the back of his head.
Yeah.
It's great.
How's his liver look?
Who knows? These guys, nobody gets their blood done.
What you don't know won't hurt you.
He told me, when's the last time you gave blood, Leonard?
Never.
Lenny, you don't ever give blood?
Brad and I do it. Give
No,
blood or
well,
get your blood?
they
work?
ask
I'm
you-
talking about getting it.
Well, to be honest,
Both.
just to go
Blood
against
work.
what I believe in, they ask you a question, you ever had sex with a man, and even though they're girls with the dicks,
They don't ask you that.
yes, they did.
Of course
Oh,
they do.
Shit, they never asked.
Bra-
Not when
got-
you're having your levels checked, but when you're donating blood.
Brad just gave blood. Did they ask you that?
They did not ask me that.
You can't.
You always have sex with men. What's up with that?
You wish I did, you fucking faggot.
Exception to the rule.
No, they never. They didn't ask that.
They didn't ask you about sexually transmitted diseases
No,
or being
man.
outside the country or anything like that?
Nope.
That's what they asked me.
Nope.
They've asked me that shit.
No.
If you have herpes or HPV, you can still give blood as long as you're not having an active episode and you're in a healthy state.
And the lady told me there too. She's like, I said, I never gave blood before because I get tattooed. And one time I went, and they said, if you've gotten a tattoo within a year, we can't take your blood. I'm like, okay. So I just never went. And I asked the lady, she's like, no, you can give blood as long as your tattoo's healed. You can give blood now. She's like, that's a thing of the past.
I got a letter in the mail saying that I have hepatitis or whatever hepatitis something is in my blood or whatever.
B or C, do you know?
Or
Well, it wasn't hepatitis really because I just went to my doctor and I had everything checked.
Mm-hmm.
It's the antibodies that they inject when I was a kid. They give you like antibodies injections when you're a kid for hepatitis.
Well, there's a vaccine for Hep B.
Yeah, right. So I got the vaccine when I was a kid or whatever,
Okay.
and the antibodies are showing in my blood. So it's not hepatitis that I have; it's the antibodies that are showing as hepatitis. So now I got all this stuff cleared. The doctor also gave me a script to have regular blood drawn in case they say, "Oh no, we still can't do it" or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I did because I wasn't sure if I could give blood, and I had the doctor. She just wrote me a script. I went in there
Yeah,
and gave
for
it.
what
They're
was
like,
it
oh,
called? What are they called? I can never remember the name of that.
What?
The procedure to have your blood drawn.
something globin, flimnoglobin, whatever the fuck. I forget the name of it.
But Lenny,
I have one of the things in my car.
you don't have blood drawn ever.
Rarely. When I'm at the hospital. But my mother will drag me down to her office every now and then, take my blood pressure. which was recent. It was just a little high.
Lenny's blood is probably like paint.
That's what they told me mine was. That's why she's like, if you don't go, we're not treating you for
Well, I think
TRT
to grow,
anymore.
it has
So,
to
all right,
be
I'm
thick.
going.
It has to be very
She's
nutritious.
like, you got to go every 3 months.
But thick is not good, Lenny.
It's not.
Thick causes clotting and
That's what they said, yeah.
causes strokes. That's why you'll stroke out, Lenny. You'll have a clot of blood go to your brain, and that's how you get a stroke, man.
Well, I believe with my high water intake, and I crave more water now. I mean, I'm actually drinking 6 gallons a day.
Holy shit.
For you non
You're up from 5 gallons to 6
Right.
gallons.
I'm craving water like crazy. That's what's thinning the blood naturally.
You don't think?
What about fish oils?
I'm on that, of course.
How much fish oil do you take?
I'm taking double the dosage of the fish flax borage. I take CLA. I take evening primrose oil.
How many milligrams of the fish oil do you take?
Well, I don't know the exact amount, but they suggest take 2 a day. Sometimes I'll take 2 gel caps once a day. I'll take 2 gel caps 3 times a day.
That's what I take.
Yeah, but how much is in the gel cap?
I take 3,000 milligrams twice a day, and every time I've done that, my hemoglobin's been fine.
Huh.
It's never.
For the tip, I'll check that.
Yeah,
dosage.
definitely. Yeah.
Why don't you just go donate blood?
But I still do it to be
It takes
safe.
30 minutes.
I don't want to be dishonest.
You don't have Leonard.
Oh, that's good,
They're
Lenny.
not gonna fucking ask you that.
They did 3 times because I have a blood mobile.
Well,
with
then
the,
have your
and
mother
they
write you
They
the
were giving out
script.
gift certificates at the hospital.
Right.
For movies?
Yeah, and I was going to give it to a girl, but because I've been to 2 movies
fucking
since I've been
fool.
in Florida in 20-some
That's
years.
the what
No
is that
shit.
bloodmobile thing? Because
Yeah.
they've asked me the same questions on that thing before.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You can't like.
I went to a place called One Blood. It's not a truck. It was in the strip mall. They have one in
trucks, too.
Lantana. They have one in.
They have trucks too.
Yeah,
The one on Hypoluxa you're talking about?
I think so. They said that's where their other
Yeah.
place was.
Yeah.
You know, the nurse
I was in
fine.
and out of there in fucking 30
You know,
minutes.
I wanted to go in there because the practitioner was pretty good looking. You know, I could sit and mess around with her.
So what are you scared? What are you scared to admit to them? Who gives a fuck? You're never going to see those
No, I don't
people
wanna-
again anyway.
I want to follow the rules. I want to be.
Why? What did they ask you last time that you wouldn't answer?
Just if you had sex with men.
Okay, and what does that
You
mean?
know, even though
So they
But you
wouldn't.
haven't, though.
So they
You
would.
have
So
sex
they
with
wouldn't
women.
take your. They wouldn't take your
but
blood.
That's true, but to be honest, I mean,
Uh-huh,
To be
so
honest,
now you're
though, it is
finally
men.
fucking
So now you're
admitting
admitting it.
Yeah.
You're homo.
you know, I mean,
It's all right. Hey,
no, not.
teach his own, man. That's what you
Not
like.
at
That's
all.
what you like.
It's not. The last person from it.
So what happened when you told them that? They just said, "No, we can't take it."
Yeah,
No shit.
it's against our policy.
So just have the doctor give you a script. They'll
I'm
throw
gonna go
your
through all that red tape.
they'll
just to
throw
say,
your blood away.
just
How is
like
that
your
red
blood.
tape? You got to go to the doctor anyway.
Gotta tell the doctor I've had sex with transsexuals. And
No, you don't have to
I
tell
want
them
to
that.
give blood and this and that. Why don't I go to my mother's office and say it's a she hers?
Any excuse to be a fucking asshole. It's unbelievable.
Lenny, that's it. So let's talk about why I'm here. Why am I here today, Lenny?
You're here to give the misfits some knowledge, and you have you're possibly starting a new nutrition company or launching that. And
Lenny, I'm here to talk
your
about the damn
charity-
barbecue, Lenny. Let's talk about the barbecue.
That's
That's why I'm here. The barbecue. The first annual Misfit barbecue.
Memorial Day.
And then you guys are going to grow it from here. This time it's only going to be for Misfits. The next year you guys are going to start working on something larger than that, right?
Yeah, like a big outing in Delray somewhere, like downtown. Like
Or if we have our own gym, we have it there.
that'd be nice, especially for me. I'm getting killed, man. I'm getting killed. You know, it's dangerous. You know, I got dead rats out there on the patio.
Are you eating dead rats?
Fucking problem.
If I needed to, I would. But
I can't
Right.
believe I have an appetite after seeing that shit.
Maybe the same mafia that left the box outside Rob's house left the rat outside Lenny's house.
There you go.
Yeah,
Just check if any wires were cut.
yeah,
too.
that's right, Lenny.
yeah, I got the 5-day weekend, Memorial Day weekend. I put in for Saturday, Sunday off, so I got a 5-day.
You need to get Clore down here earlier. He doesn't want to come down till Sunday.
Why is that?
Sunday to Tuesday. I guess he can't get time off or something. I don't know. Anyway, so beers and cocktails and stuff like that. What do people consume? And I know what you want. I'm working on that, but I got.
Well, you don't have to go all that expense. You get the
No, of
first-
course. We're gonna have fun. Yeah, this is we're gonna have fun.
Thought it was BYOB.
The word cocktail with Lenny has a different
Yeah,
connotation,
exactly.
though, unfortunately.
the cocktails. I got a quote back today. $30 an ounce. I said, what?
Excellent.
Really?
Excellent.
$30 an ounce? You want to pay for that stuff?
You know what? I got a fucking $500 for a liter.
500. So what? How many ounces is that?
In a liter?
16.
Look at you. That's a liter right there, isn't it?
No, that's more than a liter. That's 1.5 liters.
Okay, so up to there. Which I don't know, man, but fucking it used to be like 200 for a gallon of that shit. But I know it's different. Inflation, I guess.
Yeah, I told the girl, I said, you're out of your mind. That's way too much money.
Scarcity creates value.
Oh, so you
That's
can
it.
get your hands on it too?
Possibly. That's just the number that I got. We'll see. If you want, but that's a lot.
That
Man.
means
I'm not
I'd have to
spending
do
a
it-
fucking
do it before I
$500.
start eating. Take a little cap for it too, because once you eat, you don't seem to be as effective.
You take enough of this.
It's an illegal drug.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, we're talking about cocktails.
Oh, okay.
But what about
cocktails.
like beers or what? I mean, do you drink whiskey or who drinks what?
I drink everything.
Whiskey and vodka here.
Or any particular kind of
No, doesn't matter. It's all the same.
beers?
I'll bring that shit.
Yeah, I don't drink
Yeah.
just G. You know,
Just G. And G, what does Jay drink?
Who?
What does Jay drink?
Jay likes malt liquor.
Just about anything, really.
Really? He drinks malt liquor?
Yeah.
Wow. Where did he grow up?
Or
Hood?
Budweiser or whatever. Steel. He drinks the cheapest beer you can buy.
Just buy Jay his own keg, basically.
And then he'll drink, if
Yeah.
he starts drinking, he'll drink rum and ginger ale, rum and
Yes.
Coke.
Yeah, he's a rum drinker.
But if he starts drinking that,
It's over.
Now, is Jason coming?
He's supposed to be. He's going to come and teach me how to play online games and get paid for it.
You can start giving shout-outs for money next, too.
yeah, he's another one that's never gotten pussy, so.
I'm definitely. I've already told. I told the girls there's going to be a virgin there, and they're fighting over him.
it's actually good
No
looking. Show them
shit.
the pictures in the body. He's
They
not
want-
a bad looking guy.
they
Fuck
wanna-
that. Tell them it's me. I don't care.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's not like
See this tall, skinny, lanky guy, Andrew? He's never been laid. And they can all fight over me.
Speaking of, we should invite Synthol Mark, too.
Oh, yeah.
Was
Yeah,
it the-
Jay texted
that was
me.
a low blow, Brad.
Why?
He came on the podcast and he.
No, but he hasn't
He
been
can't-
laid in a while either. Like Andrew, 6 years. Mark's
That's
going
true.
on like
If it's
fucking
junior
20
high
years.
school. Hell,
For the
that's
record,
a-
Andrew Calora.
He hasn't been laid in 6 years.
Calora.
No, the other kid.
Boy,
Synthol Mark.
apparently,
We can only go by what he told us on the podcast. I mean, we take him at face value.
Been a long time.
Yeah.
So.
you know, the guy with the big arms.
I don't think he
No.
specifically
Got
ever
the
said
biggest fucking arms.
when
you've
the
ever
last
seen.
time he got
Short Italian
ladies.
guy.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, that's the guy who's keep telling me about. We're alike with.
He was on the podcast. Yeah, incredible arms. I mean,
Yeah.
And they're full of
pro
simple.
level. No, not at all. They call him.
No, we just called him just to break
He's
his
got
arms.
pro level arms underneath.
Yeah, his arms are fucking huge.
How big is he?
It's only 5'5", about 200 pounds, but man, the guns.
Fire hydrant.
The guns are atrocious.
Looks like. Does he look like Flex Lewis?
Jay,
It's not the arms, not the ripness. He doesn't have the complete package, but yeah, he definitely has the arms.
I just got a text from Jay. Jay is very into these workout bands now. Have you seen these? He wrote, Andrew, the next time we go to Boca and you are doing legs, I'm going to bring my bands and you are going to think I am a genius. Have you seen these bands he's been working out with
Yeah,
on
he
the bench
claims
press?
that just putting them on an empty bar,
Yeah.
the bar's all over the place, but the stabilizers get killed.
I said to
He
him
says you
today,
get them at Dick's Sports. You can put them on a leg press, which I intend to do at Planet Fitness because you can really let more resistance on it.
I asked him if he was nervous about them fucking snapping.
No, people use those things. Like
You never used it?
I've never used them because of like is the stability and
Yeah.
That's some
So that's
fucking
sort of
weird, that's
like-
some weird shit.
But that's,
Chuck
the,
would fucking
that's what I was
do.
actually about to say. Chuck did that with the military pressing.
And you're ripping on them.
I mean, people use that and they use chains nowadays. You know, chains. You put those big heavy chains, and you know the higher you lift, the heavier it gets, and because obviously the lower it is, the less.
Yeah, but they're scared to just put another plate on a bar. The minute it boils down.
Yeah, I
to
don't
it.
understand why not to just put.
I
Maybe
don't-
there's different, like, I don't know.
Like you said, the stabilizers. You know,
Yeah.
Thanks. What the fuck are you eating now?
If you want to work your stabilizers, why not just dumbbell press? Wouldn't that help your stabilizers?
All the gyms got the light dumbbells these days. You know, LA Fitness.
What's it?
120-pound dumbbell.
How many pills do you have in your mouth right now?
20 vitamins.
20.
20? All in one shot.
You know how to do the Heimlich, right? You can never do the Heimlich on you.
You just put 20 pills
So
in your mouth?
this
Yes.
fucking idiot thinks drinking 6 gallons of water a day is normal. There's something else wrong with you, Leonard.
It's not that.
Anybody that's a doctor out there, please chime in. What are the symptoms for somebody that
Most
is
doctors
constantly thirsty drinking
almost
like
put
that?
me 6 feet under.
Diabetes, number 1.
You're diabetic, aren't you, Leonard?
No.
When my friend back in New York was diagnosed with diabetes, the first symptom he experienced was extreme thirst all the time.
Yeah, it's trying to take out the sugar out of your blood.
Yeah.
That is a symptom of your body wanting to remove something. In my case, it's also being used to thin the blood. Once you drink a lot of water, the blood does get a little thinner.
Are you thirsty, or are you just drinking water?
I do crave it, yeah. I've been craving it big time. Especially since I went off the blood thinners. Yes. That's when the additional gallon came about. But if I'm not sluggish enough and I take a pre-workout, my strength is up significantly since being off the blood thinners. I'll say that.
You just want to do the opposite of what the fucking doctors tell you.
Because most times you're right.
What's the blood thinner that you take?
I was on Xarelto. It's a second generation, one of the top ones. It's not the old Coumadin or warfarin. I just, thought to get off it. I mean, I don't want to be on that the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm. Who gives a shit if you are? If it's going to help
I
you
do.
stay alive, what's the difference?
I don't want to be alive and weak. I'd rather be dead.
So
and
the
strong.
blood thinners make you weak.
In my experiences, yes.
Lenny, Jay just texted me, Lenny can't bench press my 175-pound band.
Jay, I never maxed out, but you're lucky I don't make a run for it. I'll spank your ass.
Now Jay's calling my fucking phone.
There we go.
Do I have to answer this?
Got 5 minutes.
You know we're doing the podcast, and you got to call. Go ahead, speak.
So,
Turn the volume up.
is Lenny there?
Yeah, Lenny's here. He's eating. Go ahead and talk. Everybody can hear you. Lou's here, Lenny's here, me and Andrew. Go ahead.
Ask Lenny why I know force equals mass times acceleration squared is Newton's second law of motion.
Yes.
Ask Lenny why I know that.
Why does he know that?
Why does he know physics?
Because
Chad Tatum from the Oakland Raiders, who broke Daryl Stingley's back,
yeah.
he had that on the inside of his locker.
Wow. That's pretty vicious. I didn't know that. I was just looking at that the other day on YouTube. Remember that?
They call me assassin.
Force
Yeah.
equals mass times acceleration. Chad Tatum.
Is that a hooker? Does he have a hooker with him?
Newton's second law of
Does he have a hooker
motion
with him?
inside his locker. So
I
before
thought I heard a woman's voice.
he would always see F equals M times A.
Jay, is that a woman we heard in the background?
What?
Do we hear a female in the background?
Yeah, I just hopped in an Uber.
Going to the nearest bar. Watch out, Tallahassee.
Oh, he's in an Uber. That's the damn thing. That's the Siri.
Yes. What does Lenny think about Chad Tatum?
Yeah, I love it. Great football player. Very entertaining.
He probably
Yeah,
can't.
he's Ohio State. I can't stand the guy. I hate him. But he had good
Ohio
science.
State has some great ball players. Chris Spillman, James Laurinaitis.
Wasn't he the road warrior?
Yeah, son.
These maniacs are killing me from using these bands. And they don't understand how strong I'm getting.
Yeah, your stabilizers, I would imagine. are
You're
getting
already
hit.
strong. The fuck?
No, but it's changing.
Elaborate, Jay.
Well, my Uber driver almost blew through a red. No, I think I was Lenny in the background that said my stabilizers.
What's next, Jay? You gonna be jumping rope in the gym next too, you fucking asshole?
No, Brad, That's one of the things you do. You make fun of others.
Oh, here we go.
Feeling insecure.
You must be looking in the mirror right now, fat boy.
You call me fat boy when I'm fucking 200 miles away.
I'll call it to you when you get back down here, too, you asshole.
Shit, I think the last time I saw you, I think I kissed you. Oh no, that was at the Ruby.
Jay, what do you want to drink on the Memorial Day barbecue? We're taking requests. What kind of liquor you want?
Captain Morgan Spice Rum.
Got it.
He won't even show up. He's such a talker, he won't even fucking show up.
Better
Jay-
show up. I'm
Jay's
gonna buy a
one-
fucking
he's-
prime rib according to how many people are
He's
gonna
one
be
of the
there.
biggest flakes out of anybody.
He's scared of the pussy.
I'm working it out. That's what Brad is being a jerk right now. I talk to Brad more than I talk to you, any of you other guys. He knows my rhythm I'm in right now, trucking. I'm banking right now. And then I'm coming home for Mother's Day. Then I'm not going to come home the next weekend to bank. And then I'm coming home for a long weekend with Lou. Brad knows everything about me, but he's being a dick.
You're right. You don't need to come home for Mother's Day. I'll take care of your mom.
No answer for that
I
one.
want to leave family out of it, Brad.
You're right. I'm sorry. You know I love your mother. We leave family out of it, but every chance you get, you want to say something about Catrice, you fucking pig.
I have no idea where I'm going to get a drink.
He's in Tallahassee right now.
Jay, why don't you show up to lose on Memorial Day with another machete?
What?
Go by the FSU campus. Go to one of the dorm parties.
Oh, good. We're going to the Scorecard Lounge.
We can bring Jane for Jay. for
Sweet
Memorial Day.
scorecard. Is that affiliated with Scores?
All right, guys, I got to go.
Good.
All right. Good night.
Force equals mass times acceleration.
What?
Professor
Does
Masters.
he have cocktails with him, or
Oh yeah, he's
he already
already
has cocktails?
he's
with
already
him?
tuned up. Yeah.
He's not.
He's about a 7 on a 1 to 10
One
right
time I
now.
literally wanted to take him outside and fight him. Last time he was drunk.
Yeah, he can get belligerent.
I hope he doesn't get belligerent at the barbecue.
The reason why I said a machete is a couple years ago, Jason's mom had a Halloween party, and she had like 15 to 20 friends over, and she invited Lenny, me, Brad, and Jay tagged along with Brad. And when Jay got to Jane's house, he was already 3 sheets to the wind, and he was dressed as O.J. Simpson, and he brought with him a real machete. And apparently, all the old people who were there got scared shitless, and like 4 or 5 of them left. So the video's on YouTube. You can go watch it.
He painted himself black.
No.
No.
He had the old USC.
Oh, and he had a glove on that didn't fit.
Yeah.
James Simpson.
He was like, I'm here tonight to kill white
What he was
women.
saying
And
to these older couples, to me, I'll turn my stomach. I didn't like it.
What was he saying?
Going up to he was going up to old ladies with their husbands in their 70s and 80s, and going right in the lady's face and saying, "I want to blow my load on your face."
What?
And lick the cum off it.
What?
Yes, I've never seen.
go on YouTube and look up Delray MisFits
A
Halloween
lot of that
party.
shit was edited out, but because
Yeah.
Jane and
Well, was
her
he
mother
the
got
blackout,
really
or-
upset. Yeah, he doesn't remember hardly shit.
No.
Wow.
That's how he gets though. He gets to
All the time?
yeah when he drinks too much. Yeah. Well, after his 4th or 5th beer, he's
That's it?
yeah
4 or 5 beers?
big ones, tall boys. After that, it's off to the races. He doesn't stop, and then he blacks out.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant 4 or 5 beers. He was drunk.
No. That's just it. That's when he's tuned up and he's out for the night.
Yeah.
I don't miss those days. One bit.
He got
It's all
mad
right.
and made fun of his
if he
bands.
starts getting tuned up, He's going to get 4 caps, and that'll be it.
There you go.
Be 4 caps in his cocktail, and next thing you know, he'll be fucking.
Exactly. Yep.
We'll take care of his little attitude. Slip him an old Mickey or Roofie or whatever you call it. Take out magic markers and draw on his face.
Draw a big fucking cock right on his cheek.
Yeah.
We did that to a buddy of mine.
Drop his ball bag on his chin and get some pictures out.
Take pictures like in The Hangover when they
Poor Jay.
Jay will be teabagged by all of us in his sleep.
Yeah, do you like him to hangover? Give him the Mike Tyson tattoo.
Yeah.
What is out?
Pull a tooth out.
Yeah.
Pull a tooth out, yeah.
I don't know. I don't. I think those resistance bands are dangerous.
You know, I've worked out the same way my whole life, man. I've never got.
I think with anything, the body adapts.
Yeah.
You got to use a small one, just like with weights. You can't go benching heavier weights when you start out.
I think he's just looking to change up his routine a little bit, get him more motivated to go to the gym instead of doing the same old shit, maybe.
But I'll be honest. I mean, with the knowledge on the internet, I just wish I was 16 again. You know, I mean,
What would you have done
the
different?
mistakes. Well, not bulk up and. You know, obviously, I'd be everything I could to be the best football player I could with all the.
No, but as far as getting mass, getting big, certain drugs to take, what would you take at that age?
I would have done like Andrew Calora, taking anabolics as a teenager, let my own test do the job, just add something to it, and then depending on what I wanted to do.
You should grow.
Equipoise.
I mean, you should grow clean until you're until your mid-20s.
I mean, what about the thought of which Andrew Calora did, using an anabolic as a teenager, 16, 17? I kind of think that's a result of his freaky strength. He wasn't using tests, therefore his own test was
You
still
don't
going
need
through the
to at
roof.
that age.
Adding equipoise, I think the first thing he took, he said he made incredible gains off it. So I think using anabolics, I tell kids, if your son's an athlete in high school, I don't think the testing's that rigorous. Give him a few Anavar throughout the day. Don't give him anything androgenic because he doesn't need it, but add an anabolic to it, and I think he
But
dominates.
what about tendons and ligaments and all that shit? You know what I mean? You don't think there's some future issues using that stuff as a kid?
Not an anabolic, no.
No? You don't
I just
think so?
think, no. As long as he's properly weight trained and he's eating right, I think that's a way to be a super athlete. I know there's people out there doing it. I mean, I'm seeing kids now in college. They look like they're on. Even the guys at the combine. Look at the physiques on some of them.
I just
And
think they're
they
genetic.
test-
I just think they're just genetic
Yeah, that's
freaks.
true. But a lot of the 6'8", 6'6", it's scary. It's incredible speed. Look at the NBA. Incredible, some of those guys.
But they're freaks. They're, you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
They're
exactly.
freaks. They're not
My
freaks.
father always said that the biggest, scariest guys are in the NBA. He said, tell me that in the 80s.
Genetic freaks.
Fast twitch muscle fiber freaks, really.
Yeah.
More specifically.
No, you keep trying to talk me into putting my son on shit. He's not
You
taking
should,
it.
animal.
Nah, he's not
As a
taking it.
pitcher,
He's not taking anything. I won't let him. He won't want to anyway. He knows better.
How old is he?
16. He'll be 17 in October.
I don't think it
He's
makes
big.
sense.
He's growing like crazy. He's taller than me. His hands are bigger
but
than
you
mine.
have some
His feet.
Anavar, that can add to it without
He.
no dire consequences.
What about growth?
I don't know. I'm not. Growth is still, my hands are in the air. Because I know when I started using growth, it seems like my strength, I don't know, it's hard to say.
When your growth plates are still growing and stuff like that, and if you want your kid to be bigger, growth hormones definitely.
I heard they were doing that in the Eastern Bloc countries were doing that. That's why, a lot of, which is my genetics, Yugoslavia, a lot of the basketball players are from there. They were doing that as children. We have to investigate that because, like I said, when I have kids, I want them to be super.
You're not having kids. You can't even get your dick hard. How the
Lenny.
fuck you gonna? How you gonna impregnate a woman?
You're gonna come off to get some snot put together. You're gonna have to come off. There's no way you're producing
Do some
sperm.
HCG, right?
You gotta come off.
All right, Lenny, I was asked to ask you, can you ask Lenny what he thinks about Kanye West saying 400 years of slavery was a choice? They
course it is.
they were enslaved mentally.
Okay.
By John Mack. Thank you,
They're
John.
enslaved both ways and they allow it. like, say for instance, us, okay? You had another country that came here, whatever, and they tried to enslave you. What are you going to do? A big mass of guys take you as a slave. What are you going to do?
Well,
Honestly.
I mean, first of all, they had weapons. I guess over there they didn't have any. They didn't have primitive weaponry, So you're either going to die or you're going to become a slave.
Hey, I've seen that Maasai warriors kill lions on YouTube with spears, and these lions are running right at them.
Well, guess what? When you got a rifle and you're, 100 yards away, not many guys chucking a spear 100 yards away accurately.
But when you're in an encampment and you're tied up, the first time you get when you're not tied up, I'd kill somebody.
You kill somebody, then you get shot or you get home.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
but
why,
that's
why
your
it's their choice.
That's your
They
mind.
surrendered.
This is your mind
Right,
of
just like Indians. Just like look what we did to Indians.
They fought back,
They fought back, but they got slaughtered.
but they fought back.
They
for
got
years.
slaughtered almost to extinction.
The old saying is might makes right. Survival of the fittest. That's a law of nature. Just like Jay Masters'
No,
law.
it doesn't,
Yeah,
man.
but
Samuel Colt made all men equal. Sam Colt. Sam Colt. You know who Sam Colt is?
It's hard to say what you would have. You're saying that as your mind of today's. You grew up in this era, not fucking a couple hundred years ago. You don't know what you would. It's a whole different mindset back then.
No, but I get it. You know what I mean? Like, some guys would if his girlfriend was going to get raped, he'd get, he would fight and get killed, and the other guy would just sit there and let his girlfriend get raped. I get that. It takes a different type of person to I don't think anybody can say what they would do until they're in the situation.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Do I want to live or do I, I mean, I put myself in enough situations in my life where I didn't give a fuck at times in my life. I know I'm at a different point today. I wouldn't try to do the things I've done in the past. Today, I'm 50 years old, and I just don't have it like I used to have it. I'm not as quick, and and I'm not as strong, and fucking I have a weak heart, or I had a weak heart, or whatever. And I don't think I would try to pull some of the tactics that I've pulled when I was younger than today.
Tactics. But it just goes back to
Yes, mentality. It's
if
the
you're
heart.
taken over as a slave, you're a defeatist, you're a coward, you're a loser. That's how it's been. Every country has other countries, other people come over and try to take you over. Every race of people had that happen to them. Those that still exist to this day overcame it. They didn't. They need to go to the media.
I don't know why they keep
Bitch and moan
chip
for
on their
50,
shoulder.
100 years when they never fought and died for nothing. They had a Civil War, what do you got, 250,000 white guys die for you, in a sense? And they never fought and died for anything. They bitched and pissed and moaned, just like that Gandhi over there with the British rule. He bitched and pissed and moaned. They don't get my respect, and you don't deserve freedom. It's better to die free than live life as a slave. Better to die a man than live life as a coward. That's what I was told.
Or be led to the promised land by Moses.
Yeah, well,
They were the original slaves,
well, after World War II, they fought and they did well at the 6-Day War.
I'm talking about back when when Jews were.
Well, you had King David,
Yeah.
and they were going out and killing people. None of this.
But that was before. That was before.
Right.
They were slaves in Egypt.
right. Right.
That was
because
after,
they were in the land of milk and honey. They had too easy, so God tested them.
Jews were the original slaves in Egypt.
Every nation's been a
and
slave.
they're
at some
like,
point. That's how you
I
overcome it.
do not know too many Jewish kids or guys or whatever that aren't well off or that aren't
Well, there are now.
No, I'm saying they all are. That's what everybody.
Or still carry a chip on their shoulder
Or don't-
around
they don't
about
carry a
being
chip, yeah,
enslaved
yeah,
or
yeah,
being
yeah.
thrown in
Right,
ovens
yeah,
and
it's
shit.
not- yeah.
That's the World War II generation, and they're going to all be dead within the next 20 years. So
No, but I'm not. I'm talking about like today. In today's world, I mean, all the Jewish guys I know, they got their shit together in life. They're not fucking. They're not. Oh, well, what about World War II when we were all
Right.
cooked in the ovens? And you don't ever hear that from.
Well, they're smart and they
you
have their own control of their own destiny.
Right. And these
When
guys
these,
want to keep talking about slavery. What the
Unlike
fuck?
these, we know he's right though. They're content They're easily brainwashed. You give them free food from the government, they'll vote Democrat all day.
That's changing.
Which they do.
It's changing. It's changing. It's
Yeah.
changing.
But-
It's the. Did you see that right now is the lowest unemployment rate for blacks since the 70s?
That's true. But
And that's because of
affirmative action. They're allowed
Mr.
to
Trump.
get
Affirmative action is
in a way, but then again, they get away with more things on a job. I've seen white guys where I work get fired for much less. They're afraid to fire them. They let them
course,
slack. There's a lot of that going on too.
Absolutely.
But Kanye West is right in saying that, unlike the Jews who
But Lenny,
they did self-determination, they said we're going to educate ourselves, we're going to build ourselves up. This crap's not going to happen again.
Lenny, you saying that?
It's only the Nazis that persecuted them. It was the French, the English, and especially the Russians. This under the czars, big time. People were starving to death.
You saying that, Lenny? Playing the scapegoat about affirmative action is almost like you reversing roles. That doesn't make sense to me. Because I could have played that card. I mean, I used to play that card because when I
I
was
just acknowledge that card. I used to play it, I admit, but I acknowledge it happens.
because when you play it, you're no better than them.
You're right, but I acknowledge it. That's all I'm saying is I acknowledge it.
Mm-hmm.
because it's real.
No, it is. It's definitely women, everything. I mean, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, especially that. That's
Exactly.
a whole nother topic.
Yeah.
I
shit,
mean,
forget it.
women, minorities. I mean, whatever.
But Kanye West is a good guy who's made some foolish statements, but I educate him because he's putting his life on the line. He's
The only
received death
reason why
threats.
he's popping off right now is because he's got a fucking album coming out, and he needs some publicity.
So
'cause
people
there's no
say
more
they're going to
MTV.
boycott
Get the
us.
fuck
How's
outta
that?
here.
People are going to boycott
Cares.
us.
Exactly.
I know.
But I'm just
He's
saying.
got more money than he knows what to fucking do with anyway.
But he's got death threats, so I heard what do they call it? The Crips, the Creeps, or whatever.
Oh.
Put a death threat on those cookie cutter porch monkeys that Cully Muscle likes to.
I
I'm sorry,
don't
Chuck
know.
Basher.
Everyone's talking about him, and he couldn't be happier.
Exactly. That's his goal.
When you're a celebrity, the bottom line is, are they talking about you or not? And right
All
now,
publicity is good publicity.
correct.
Yes.
Everyone's talking about him. He is as happy as a pig in shit.
But in a way, though, he's starting to believe in because he sees what's going on. That's why another reason he took that stance, and I think it's a positive.
Well, and because Trump isn't your typical Republican.
Well,
No, he's not your typical anything. That's not a
I mean,
cookie cutter.
The dude from BETV, the president of BETV, even came out and said because of Trump's whatever.
Rhetoric.
Well, no, the way he's the Trump economy, I guess they called it, or whatever. More blacks are being employed. I mean, this guy's like a CEO of a major network. He's a billionaire.
But to a lot of them, that's bad news. They don't want to be employed. They want that free check. They want to sit on their ass on that porch.
Not the Republican ones.
If people just shut up and give Donald Trump a chance to do the things he wants to do with this country, I think they would be amazed at the result.
I mean,
Just
if he would just keep his mouth shut, and like I told you
well, that too.
earlier, Andrew. I mean, I don't know how anybody can knock what the guy's doing.
I don't.
I just don't. I don't care if white, black, Asian, male, woman, transvestite, whatever, transsexual, whatever the hell you are. I don't think. I think our country is going in the right direction right now, and the people that don't are squirming in their seats because it is, and they don't like it.
Yeah.
And that's the truth. They can't handle the fact that the guy before was really a bum.
Yes.
It's just. I don't care what anybody says. That guy like set us back years.
Oh my God, yeah. When you're sending delegates to the funeral of that porch monkey, the troublemaker that broke into that store, punched that proprietor in the face, and then they said
Kid
Michael
got shot by the
Brown.
cop.
Yeah, punched the guy in the fucking face, and then his family's at the Democratic National Convention saying, "Oh, Michael."
Who was that? Which one?
Michael Brown's family was.
Was that the kid with hands up or something?
Yeah, St. Louis.
Punched the guy in the face, stole stuff in the store, walked out. Then his family's at the Democratic National Convention saying, "Oh, Michael's a good boy. He was just out there spreading the word of Jesus that day, and he got shot."
There you go. Using religion when it's convenient.
Lenny, I have another question for you. This comes from Jesse. Lenny, you always talk about American football and how hard it is, etc. But here in Australia, we have a sport called rugby league. I can assure you it makes your sport look soft. shoulder pads, helmet, knee pads, whatever.
It does, but you don't have that super high collision.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I mean,
It's more like a scrum.
if there are hits that happen in the open field in those rugby leagues or Australian rules football or whatever we want to call it, but the impact is nowhere near that of what a wide receiver will get going across the middle being hit by a safety.
Just like Jay Master said.
Yeah, exactly.
The
They
high
don't care.
velocity force.
And they're saying, like, if they took helmets and shoulder pads out of the game of football, there might be less injuries because the hits wouldn't be as hard as they are.
Yeah.
Except the broken noses would be out of control.
Right. Yeah. Well, they wouldn't be hitting toward. They wouldn't be.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like when you played tackle football, no pads. You weren't going to spear anybody.
Yeah. You're not going to
Bust your nose up for that. Knock a teeth.
You're not
out.
gonna. Yeah.
That American football is
It's
not
definitely a
going to
man's
be
game.
around
I'm
in
not-
another
I'm
50
not
years.
Discounting that one bit.
Maybe less. It won't even be around.
I mean,
They don't want-
if those guys, if they're that good and they were that great, they'd all be coming here and playing in the NFL to make the real money. But
Yeah.
I think I've seen one guy from Australian rules who was a kicker play here in the United States. You don't see a bunch of guys coming from like Europe or that play rugby playing in American football in the NFL. They don't, and I don't care because
different game.
Yeah, like
not.
you do see guys from all over the world coming to play where? In the NHL, because that's where the money is, You see guys from Russia, you guys see guys from Finland, you see guys from Sweden,
Good point.
everywhere. And they're coming here to play because they get the money. I mean, if those guys could play American football, believe me, they would be playing here in the United States.
More and more in the NBA too. You're seeing
Yeah,
foreign players.
right, yeah. I mean, because this is where the money is. So obviously there's something to be said about the NFL, the NHL, the NBA. I mean, this is where the best come and play because this is where the money is, I mean, you might see some people get dragged to like Japan or whatever for baseball on a rare occasion, but yeah, people come here because this is where the money is. I mean, and when you're best at your trade, you want to be paid the highest.
It's like the Olympia.
Yeah.
That's why Dorian didn't want to do the WBF because the Olympia was tops.
Isn't
That's
it-
simple, and he was offered more money.
Isn't the average career of an NFL athlete only 3 years?
Yeah.
If that, yeah.
It's crazy.
You can be replaced any second.
Yeah.
Even Big Ben's worried about it with Mason Rudolph, saying he's not going to show him anything. He's going to point to the playbook.
That's the quarterback they drafted?
Yeah, Mason
But they
Rudolph.
drafted that Landry Jones kid.
No, he's
a few
just a
years ago.
backup, but
I know, but he wasn't bad in college.
But Mason Rudolph's definitely a bona fide.
He'll be a starter. you
Yeah,
think?
and Ben's not taking well.
Where is he from?
But Big Ben is not.
Yeah.
I think Colorado State. I'm not sure. But Big Ben, does he forget Tommy Maddox bent over backwards? He was the starter, NFL Comeback Player of the Year, and they drafted Big Ben in 2004, and Tommy got hurt, and he helped Big Ben every step of the way.
It was a very disappointing draft for me.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, no, but
Who's your team?
Well, I used to be a Giants fan, but I'm converting to a Raiders fan. But I was really, really depressed when the kid from Idaho, from Boise State, went to Dallas. I was hoping that kid went to somewhere other than Dallas.
The Raiders did good though.
Yeah, we did okay, but not great. What's that kid's name? The Van Heusen or whatever, that linebacker. Do you know what I'm talking about? The kid
Yeah,
from
I've heard
Boise.
him, yeah.
That kid from Boise State, he got picked up by Dallas in the first round. I was disappointed about that. That kid's something else. I like him. He's gonna be the next kid that
We
played.
need a Dallas Raiders Super Bowl. I hate to admit it, but
Who was the kid that played for
The Raiders will be in Vegas soon.
Yep.
When did they say 2020?
Something like that.
They got a hockey team that's going to the Cup.
Think so?
They're going in. I think they're in the. Did they just win the second round or?
I'm not sure.
They're
I don't
playing in
watch
the second
hockey.
round right now. My Bruins gotten eliminated, so that was kind of a bummer. I mean, I'm a Panther fan, but growing up in Massachusetts, I'm a Bruins fan.
you were never a Patriot fan, were you?
Nope, never. I was a Giants fan.
You remember the Boston Patriots when you were a kid?
No, that was before my time.
Yeah, maybe when we were born. Yeah, that's took out my
Really
father, Boston Patriots, ended his career. He was on the kickoff team.
Yeah.
Got his knee torn up.
It's hard to be a fan of a team nowadays, man. The way they just, I mean,
Where's
move
my
guys.
mashed potato? What the fuck is this?
You got macaroni. You got macaroni and cheese. I know. I asked for mashed potatoes, and so I ordered two of
So did
them.
I. Fucker.
And they took that long and gave you the wrong shit. You'll like that anyway.
Didn't you see Lethal Weapon? They always fuck you at the drive-through.
Yeah,
Remember that with Joe
because they
Pesci?
can.
That's right.
Yes, they can, unless you sit there and open your shit.
So, Lou, I understand you may start Divine Nutrition again, or another.
No. I'm not interested in getting back into the supplement industry. I'm branching out more into the medical arena now.
Anti-aging?
We're gonna have anti-aging for sure.
Great.
I'm opening a urgent care facility on Hypoluxo, and
You're doing that right next to the microphone.
Stupid
When
shit.
he's opening his plastic silverware, and it's
so I'm doing the urgent care that's gonna have
hearing it in stereo.
That's gonna have we're gonna do all types of anti-aging stuff there, but I'm also doing some other things. And then I just started the Happy Hulk thing, which is I'm basically raising money to bring awareness to the rhinoceros population, and how the world is.
I like to picture that rare rhino.
So what's special about the rhino?
Well,
Except it's something cool to see at a zoo.
When I was a kid, I was watching a TV show, and one of the things they're talking about, and I was probably 12, 13, 14, something like that, on one of the Discovery channels, and they said that, and ever since then I've always liked it. They said male rhinoceroses have no enemies. So they have no enemies. Like they're not preyed on by anything in the jungle. No animal, none of the big cats or anything prey on.
I did see a video on YouTube. An elephant knocked him on his ass.
Yeah, I'm sure the elephant. The elephant is the king.
Killed a water buffalo too, impaled him with its spikes.
Oh, a rhino. You saw the rhino that did that, or
an
an elephant?
That's a water buffalo. Those big ones.
I saw a rhino do it too.
Spikes.
A rhino. A rhino.
It's called a horn.
It's called the tusk.
Tusk on the
Elephant.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the rhino.
No, the rhino. The fucking. It was crazy. You can YouTube it. The water buffalo was trying to butt heads with a rhino. Like he had a little bit too much testosterone or something, and the rhino went to town on it. Like and the rhino's hooking him and lifting him up in the air, but you know what I mean, like a big bull,
2,000-pound buffalo.
Yeah, just like throwing
doing some necklace.
yeah.
So if they're not preyed on, how are they endangered?
Humans,
because they kill them for the like in Asia they think the horn, which is just like all it is similar to our nails, is magical. They think it's like an aphrodisiac and this and that.
They can't remove it by
that's
not killing them?
That's what they try to do. They try to remove.
What if they tranquilize them?
That's what they do. They
Does it grow back?
That's a good question.
But it makes them vulnerable, like a cat without the claws.
Well, I just don't think anything messes with them anyways. But
it's scary to think that there are people in this world who are that stupid that think that something the equivalent that's your hair or your fingernail
right.
can
it's
help get your dick hard.
we don't understand the damage that we're doing to this planet. Like we're fucking us as humans, we're destroying this fucking world.
Well, what's funny, they were talking about the big mess in the Pacific, all the plastic.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a guy I work with that was in the Marine Corps when they were out at sea out there. They would throw their garbage off the boat and use it as target practice in that area. That's where that comes from, is the fucking armed forces dump their shit out there. And they're just blaming it on, people not recycling their fucking plastic bottles. Bullshit.
Yeah, it's just,
it's the fucking army that's out there throwing their shit over.
The way that we're like,
that's what they did. They won't talk about that, though. They will never take responsibility for that.
We talk about this global warming thing, and it's just like, I really wonder what it's going to be like. This planet will be like within 100 years. We live here in Florida. We live here in Florida.
Be fucking dead.
I think now here in Florida, I don't even think we have any panthers left. Are panthers like the Florida panther?
No, they're still around.
Yeah, I think they're very few though. I think
you would know if there weren't. They'd say something.
It's one of the cats here in Florida is no longer. It's extinct now. I don't know if it was a specific type of panther, but like there's so many birds and all kinds of animals that elephants are becoming.
Well, you see
endangered.
how they keep building further west towards the swamp, and all these people get pissed off because there's raccoons and possums everywhere. Well, you're going into their fucking land. What do you expect?
Right.
And
then I was watching some specials on crocs versus panther or alligators versus pythons. Like people are letting their pythons go, and their pythons are becoming enormous.
Well, they have a couple months out of the year where you can hunt them in the Everglades.
Yeah, they're
because they have to control that population.
They're killing gators. You know what I mean? These things are eating gators.
Well, idiots who live down here get a python as a pet,
Right.
not realizing that
That
it's
it
going
keeps
to grow
growing.
and grow. And then when it gets too big, they just drive to the Everglades and let it go.
They're becoming as big as anacondas.
Right.
You know? I mean,
I
these
don't know,
things
like
are.
Chuck leaving cats on there. They're taking their. Yeah, I said it, Chuck. Get on the show and defend yourself.
He'll never come.
So, anyways, I've always had a big thing for
Not a bad
rhinoceroses,
analogy.
and you know, and I'm always trying to find ways to give back, and I figured this would be a good thing to do, and so I bought a bunch of T-shirts, and I'm gonna just sell like T-shirts on the website. I'm gonna sell
Which website?
it's happyhulk.com, but the site's not up
You
yet.
like the
Okay.
Rhino on the Spider-Man series?
The Rhino on the Spider-Man series.
Yeah. In the Spider-Man movies, there's a character called the Rhino.
He was actually in the last one, not the.
Jason Genova, line 1. Hold on. Jason, you're on speakerphone, and we're doing the podcast. So, what's up?
What's up? I just want to tell you that I was wondering, could I come to the podcast next week when you guys are on?
Sure, why not?
Listen, I just want to tell you that I got
God.
massage thing. They sent me to promote them. Their company, this company called, it's a company, I don't want to say the name right now, but
They want you to promote them, but you don't want to say the name.
Yeah,
You're not a very
perfect.
good promoter. You're not a very good
Excellent.
promoter, Jason.
Is it a rub and tug on military and hypolexia? It's a pretty good one over there.
Let me say it right now. It's Health Map Forever Therapeutical Solutions.
Oh
Wait,
my
say-
God!
hold on. Say that one more time.
No way he'll be able to promote
Health
that.
Make Forever Therapeutical Solutions.
Reach around included.
They might want to get a new spokesperson.
Happy ending?
No, it comes from Kentucky.
How does it work? What does it do?
It's a massage thing.
You ever
You
been to
just
that
pads
one?
on you and get you
Years
there.
ago.
And it's good right
I remember
after a
the one on-
workout. It releases stress and tension and loosens up the muscles and gets blood flow so you get more growth into your muscles after a workout.
That's good. That'll help you grow after your workouts.
Quantum
Yeah, I
Plaza?
can use it for
Across the street where the Publix
healing
is, you know where the
and
CrossFit is?
therapy.
Yeah.
In the Publix Plaza, right next
Good
to
stuff.
CrossFit.
What else is going
Yeah,
on?
they're worth like $300-$400 a night, man.
Where's their company? Where are they located?
Walking on my back, like
And,
things on the ceiling.
Washington Street,
I don't know, like they're
Kansas City.
foot massage, whatever. Fucking my back.
What else is going on, Jason? Anything you want to say to the maniacs who are listening?
Yeah, pinworm's going down after.
Ask him how his trainer is. Did he dump him yet?
How's
The
Chris?
average pinworm's done.
Ask him if he's showing at the barbecue.
Ask him about Christian.
What's up with you and Christian? Are you guys still training together?
Yeah, I'm seeing him this week, actually.
I thought he told you not to order 66 anybody or he's cutting you loose.
No, I can do what I want, man. It's a freedom of speech.
Ask him if he's coming to the barbecue.
Are you coming? Are you coming to Lou's barbecue on Memorial Day?
Yeah, the 28th. I'm excited about that. Yeah. What do we have? What's at the barbecue?
Pussy.
Pussy and pizza. Pussy and prime
I'm
rib.
gonna have pizza. I want to have steak and chicken and burger meat and all that.
Listen to him.
You want some?
Listen to this entitled little fucking creep.
You're gonna get what I serve you.
That's right.
You're gonna get some hair pie for dessert.
You're gonna get some G&B cornhole by Lenny.
All right, I'll let you go, guys.
All right, Jason.
We'll
I'll
let
see
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you later.
So I wonder if it's a rub and tug.
The Iron Spokesman.
Didn't even know what the hell he was saying.
Oh, that's great. Love him.
All right, so the happyhulk.com.
So happyhulk.com is the site where I'm going to be selling the T-shirts, and I'm I've been waiting for Scott at Sinister Labs to give me some pricing on some of his protein bars and cookies. I'm going to sell that stuff and just some small miscellaneous stuff. I'm going to carry Aaron's from Redcon Ones. I'm going to have their MRE bars, just some small stuff on there, so people can buy some stuff. And I'm asking for a $20 donation for the T-shirt. And, hopefully raise some money. And I'm going to, 100% of the profit, or actually 100% of the money is going to go to Rhinos. So.
What's the Rhino Foundation?
I haven't picked the foundation yet. I'm gonna research that later. There's quite a bit of them out there. I've just got to do I want to
make sure they're legit.
I want to do my research right. I don't want to be sending someone $20,000 or whatever, and
they just pocket.
You pocket the fucking money. I just
send you a picture of them petting
one
at the zoo.
there's I got to find a credible one out there, and I do some. I built wells and I help finance building wells in Africa too for people that
What?
people
Go ahead, Lenny. Let him have it.
I have a friend who used to.
You're kidding, aren't you?
You don't like that, Lenny?
You haven't been listening to all our podcasts.
Of course I have, Lenny. That's why I mentioned it.
What are you aligned with Chris Long?
A buddy of mine was in Kenya doing that for a company, building wells, and he had an AK-47 put to his head.
Why?
General fucking butt naked.
Yeah.
That guy's real.
I know,
I Googled
man.
it.
I know.
Shit's
I know.
real.
I couldn't fucking believe it.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Could you imagine just sleeping in almost like a hut, and these criminals are outside with armed to the teeth, doing whatever the fuck they want?
Taking and
And you know what happens? They go to these third world underdeveloped countries and they help build these beautiful wells. And as soon as they leave, all of the different gangs and tribes and warlords,
blow the shit up.
they all fight over the well and it goes to shit. They end up destroying it.
Yes, you're actually doing them a disservice by doing
Because
that
there's
shit.
no one to manage it and properly take care of it and distribute the water and make sure everyone gets equal parts.
It seems to me if you're giving them food and water, which many countries do, your reproductive rate's going through the roof, and it does not need to be that way down there because they're not self-sufficient.
Well, they don't have the equipment to drill the wells. So, I mean...
Yeah, but they don't need a well. They need to learn how to do their own stuff.
They don't have fucking fresh water, Lenny. What do you mean?
That's a very rich, fertile country. They have no idea what they're fucking it up. Just like
Which country are you talking about?
The whole continent of Africa. Well,
yeah.
not only country, but continent. You saw that. Look at online about South African when they made those
Well, that's
laws.
only part of the country. I mean, that's only part
Well,
of
why was that one of the best fertile places in that continent? Because they had white people come down there and set it up. Then when they're given these laws where they're giving it back to the locals, they take white people. The law, all the years your family worked that farm, it was stripped away from you from the government and given to the locals. And they've let those farms...
I think South Africa's still primarily white Dutch people.
Well,
no?
From the laws. And look online. They let them go. They're too lazy and too stupid to run it properly.
I think it's the northern part of Africa that's really distraught where all the damn Muslim butt-naked guys are.
Yeah. Well, they come in and...
That will eventually work its way down, though. Eventually.
But, Gaddafi, actually, I hate to say it, it was more stable when he was there. He tried to help. But, it's a lot of the people into the witchcraft and things like that, burning people alive. They don't know shit. But it's just, I don't know, Lou. I think you got to reconsider.
I think he was joking.
No, I'm serious.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I send $500 a month for wells to get built. Hey, look, I don't agree with Lenny on a lot of things, so it's okay. He thinks I'm doing a disservice. I think I'm doing a good service. It's all right.
Why can't they build their own? Why don't you build the well and take all the profits yourself? Don't look at it as a charity thing. Look at it as a bit.
It's like that old saying: you give somebody a fish, they can eat for a day. You teach them how to fish, they can eat for a lifetime.
But look, if
Something like that, right? You've heard that.
You're living in a hut, right? And you don't even have fucking electricity.
Why is that in this day and age?
Because that's
because they're not strong enough to row their ass over here.
That's
Well,
how
they choose to live. Then you're going to survival of the fittest. It just goes with me. If something I don't do,
Lenny,
if
we live in a fucking country that we support people too. You understand that, right?
We've been over-supporting people.
We support people.
Over-supporting.
People get fucking money in this state. In this country, they get fucking food. They get everything.
Too much.
Yeah. So what? I'm giving I'm giving some money to fucking drill wells. Come on, man. You got this. It happens all around the world.
I could see if you went over and it's a total business venture for you for profit.
I'm not looking to make.
I think that's where you should look.
I'm not looking to.
And then teach them how to work, and then that. But you get the money. They've just they're dependent on everything from white European America.
I was watching a show on the Aborigines yesterday.
Yeah.
And how bad fucking white people have fucked up the Aborigines.
Where are you watching these shows at, Lou?
It was actually a show about dieting. It was about the keto diets.
Yeah.
How the Aborigines, when before the 70s, they always ate fatty protein meals, and that was it. They weren't introduced to fucking starch. They weren't introduced
like
to
a
fucking
caveman diet.
Processed food. Right, exactly. Keto diet. So when that in the 70s, when all that shit was introduced to them by the white man, it fucking it's destroying their fucking race.
Yeah.
Like they're all ill now. They're all sick.
Just like in the Philippines, they're all fucking fat now.
They all got fucking diabetes. They got this. They got that.
They're all fat in the
There's
Philippines
some fucking
now.
The obesity rate went through the roof. Same
This was
Why?
on Netflix.
Samoa and the Tonga Islands. But Lou, then again, whose choice was it to shove that shit down their gullet?
But Lenny, like, look, if I show up to you and say, "Hey, have this. This is good for you, yummy, yummy," and it tastes good, you're gonna fucking eat it. You don't know the fucking how detrimental it's gonna be.
Just like anything else.
But you don't think it's gonna be detrimental because you think it's food and you think someone's giving you something good.
But then again, like Jack LaLanne said, if God didn't make it, don't eat it.
That's it. It's like
they get it.
What the
Anyways.
fuck? What kind of stupid shit is that?
That's what Jack LaLanne said. If
I don't
God
care
didn't
about
make
Jack
it,
LaLanne.
don't eat it.
If God didn't make it.
Did God make soda? No. He made water. He made milk and the cow.
Oh my god.
No, but that's milk's processed too. They say stay away from dairy.
Yeah.
The name of the show, it was on Netflix. It's called The Magic Pill, but it's not about a pill. It's about the diet. You know what I mean? About the keto diet. And they're even talking about. They had like Americans here that were like fucking all kinds of fucking medication. There was a little girl that had autism and had this and that, and the way she ate, it was fucking her up. It was the food, and when they started giving her like this keto diet, it like brought her back down to earth, and she was able to like compose sentences and be able to talk and wasn't hyper all the time and didn't have ADD, and it was incredible how this diet started changing all these people.
It's ironic, but if I wasn't bodybuilding, I would be on a keto diet myself. But to gain that size, you got to add in a lot of carbs, simple and complex.
Yeah, you crave those sugars, man.
I did keto when I died. I felt great.
Our brain is just
fantastic.
so geared to have those carbohydrates coming in.
Look at the porch monkeys with their grape sodas and all their crap.
Grape soda.
That's why they talk.
Yeah, but they're also the highest rate of heart disease and all kinds of crazy stuff.
Sure.
I mean,
but again,
they're another race that's been led into eating processed foods and fried chicken.
As Andrew has alluded to again, Hitler was right. Survival of the fittest. Stop carrying the weak. Everybody's educated. Everybody's told the right way. We were
all lied to with this diet. This government came out. Our government came out with the low-fat fucking diet. That's why
that was all bullshit. Government or doctors. Yeah, the food pyramid.
Yeah, the low fat, high sugar fucking diets. Yeah. We were all misled. It was ridiculous.
Yeah,
totally.
Sugar pads the government's pockets.
Yep. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Anything processed is just.
It's hard to get away from. Like, what are you going to do, though?
Yeah. I'm starting a new diet tomorrow, Lenny.
Any idea what it's going to...
I'm going to starve, Lenny.
You have no idea?
No, I got it. Like, my morning is 2 whole eggs, a cup and a half of whites, a half a cup of oatmeal.
That's it? That's not enough protein.
He isn't finished yet. Will you shut up? Let him finish.
50, 60 grams a meal. That's what I'm eating. Yeah, I'm eating 330 grams of protein a day.
So go ahead and go finish what you're eating for breakfast, lunch.
Okay,
whatever. So let's hear it.
It's a diet. I'm doing
just to get your body fat to an established start.
Yeah, right. To drop my body fat, to get it to a point, then to start growing from here on out, a recomp.
What the fuck? Okay, it's filming.
What is it?
We're doing a podcast with Lou tonight, and we're almost pretty close to being done. So if you guys have any questions or comments, send them in.
My photos.
Lou's trying to go through his diet.
Lenny's barbecue's in what? Less than 3 weeks?
3 weeks
from today.
3 weeks.
Okay.
3 weeks from today.
All
Lenny,
right.
Lenny could put on another stellar performance.
I'll be getting
Everybody wants the
I'm gonna put on
encore.
another 20 pounds too because I start dieting right after Memorial Day for the Ruby. I always start dieting the next day.
Oh,
So that'll be my last pig out, and hopefully,
You hear that, Dale? He's got fucking last place locked up, and
And hopefully
third
my
place
last-
is wide open for you,
my
Dale.
last piss drinking episode.
No. You'll be drinking it from a female.
Fine with me.
Strap on. All right, so the diet is a cup and a half of egg whites, 2 whole eggs, and half a cup of oatmeal. So it's 50 grams of protein, 27 grams of carbs. Meal 2 is 7 ounces of cod with asparagus. And I've never eaten quinoa. How do you say it?
Quinoa.
I've never eaten quinoa. I've never eaten that stuff in my life. I don't even know how to prepare it. So that's meal 2.
It's like rice.
It's like barley.
Yeah. So then I'm having 7 ounces of 99% fat-free turkey, asparagus, 8 ounces of sweet potato. My pre-training is 2 IUs of GH with 2 scoops of isolate and casein, hot oat bran cereal, and 2 slices of
What type of cereal?
hot oat bran.
Okay.
Instead of, I've always used oatmeal, not oatmeal, but cream of rice. Then 2 slices of Ezekiel bread. Then my post-workout is 2 scoops of whey, isolate, and casein. Then 3 packs of oatmeal.
He believes in that casein protein.
Yeah, I guess it's slow absorption. And then 8 ounces of chicken, cup of shiitake, mushrooms, onion, spinach, blah, blah, blah. So,
How long are you going to be on this recomp diet?
until September.
Whoa.
It's like, that's
And
like,
drinking just water?
well, I mean, I didn't ask him about coffee and Crystal Light. I need to ask him a couple more questions.
You're not doing a show.
Who put that diet together for you?
Matt Porter.
That's impressive. Not doing a show after that.
I mean, I have to. I'm like,
Now, is that diet based on your weight?
that diet was designed for me by Matt. Yeah.
Okay.
Based off how I eat, what I've, what I've been consuming and that kind of thing. He doesn't seem to think so, but I traditionally, I'm not someone that eats carbohydrates. Only time
You've always astounded me with that. Yeah.
only time I ever eat carbohydrates is on the weekend when I cheat or whatever. But Monday through Friday, I don't eat carbohydrates. So I think I'm going to really, really rebound.
Hey, what's with those peanut butter and jellies? I remember those.
Sandwiches.
Yes.
I love my peanut
Best.
butter.
Chocolate milk?
Just vanilla and regular milk. I love peanut butter and jelly. I like triple deckers. But yeah, so the plan is, and I was telling Andrew this before, I want to get down to respectable body fat and weight, and then start my. I got with him now because I want to have enough time, and I want to put a solid program together for next year, and I want to bring a decent package to the Master Nationals next year at 50. That's the goal. I'd like to be able to compete at that level, and
Is he got Matt Porter doing your training as well?
He hasn't. He didn't put a. He just recommended he changed my cardio to like oh my god, it's killing me. I tried to do it today. He wants me 30 minutes at 15% on the elliptical on the
Incline? 15?
Yeah,
Incline.
maximum. For 30. I couldn't. I did 5 minutes today. Then I did 3 minutes at 0. Then I did 5 minutes, 3 minutes. It's going to take me a while to build up to 30 minutes
that's
straight on the. That's. I've always been so when I do cardio, I've always been a low resistant, high RPM kind of guy. Like
Steady state.
yeah, like on the bike, I'll not a lot of resistance, but keeping my RPMs like at 85 or 90. Then when I get on the elliptical, same kind of thing. Just more for a aerobic type thing. This, when you start doing this becomes almost like an anaerobic workout because you start incorporating your
Let me know
legs
how that goes. I'm interested.
So that's every day you got to do that cardio?
every morning.
7 days a week.
Yep.
And you have one at your house?
No, I'll go to UFit. I'm right in between UFit and LA Fitness. So. And
How's that going? How's your shoulder?
I mean, it's okay. Certain exercises, I've been using some peptides. for the issue, but the supraspinatus issue and up in the propionate helped a little bit too. But I was doing pull downs today, and it just it doesn't feel right. It definitely doesn't. If my infraspinatus goes, I'm done, because there's no way I can. It's a miracle that I'm able to use my arm now the way I do. I mean, the range of motion isn't as like good as it's supposed to be, But I still can.
So you have pain when you just did that?
Well, it's not like pain. It's just like I have to force my arm to go up.
Oh shit!
And it feels like stretching. Like it feels like it's stretching all back through here.
Didn't you say, Brad, an Anytime Fitness is opening up?
Yeah, Richard was telling me that Anytime Fitness.
What kind of a name is fitness on every fucking?
No, Anytime Fitness is like you get a key, yeah.
Atlantic
and you can go
and Congress.
anytime. Atlantic and Congress over there.
But they're usually smaller gyms. They're not like really.
Yeah, it's
any gym that attaches fitness to it. Just Delray Fitness.
I mean, I really do. I mean, one day I really would like to open a gym, but like I was telling Brad, I just think to get a gym in a retail location nowadays
it's too much.
Yeah, it's just
too
ridiculous.
much money.
You're talking like $100,000 just for rent.
Yeah, it's not.
It's insane. You need to buy a piece of property, or you need to buy the building, or you
like
need
a warehouse,
or you need to be in a warehouse district, right? You know what really, like I was telling Andrew earlier, is like, and I don't know if there's still what goes on. I haven't been down there for a while, and I keep meaning to drive by there, but like the corner of Linton, where the Sloppy Joe's or whatever, what is it? The Uncle Joe's or what is that?
Trader
Joe's.
Yeah. Linton and Federal. That's where the LA Fitness is.
Right. Like south of that, there used to be all those on the east side. There used to be a bunch of car lots.
There still is.
But there's all. I mean, are those lots empty now?
No, there's car dealerships. There's a Lincoln, Mercedes, Mazda's on the east side.
I'm talking like across from the Toyota dealership and across from like the Cadillac dealership.
Well, there's a pawn shop over there that Saul used to work at. They closed that though, but it's just sitting.
But that was over by Mobile, right?
Kind of.
That was farther south, right?
They keep building up around there in Delray.
Yeah, I haven't been, but like before, it used to be vacant car lots.
Yeah,
they were all like empty. If you could get a piece of that property over there, that would be a really, really good place to put a gym. If you bought the property and you could build there, because then
that's how you'd want to do it.
Well, I mean, it was just you want to be right next to an LA Fitness, and you just want to take all their people. People think it's not a good idea to put a gym next to a gym. It's the best idea.
Yeah,
because when something new comes in, all the members go from there to the new place.
That's what killed our World Gym. As soon as Planet Fitness opened up, Kiss World Gym goodbye.
Yeah, because they're super cheap,
right.
Even though the equipment wasn't.
You don't even have to be super cheap.
But that fucking World Gym that we had, dude, it was breaking down. There's leaks in the fucking ceiling. The equipment wasn't ever fixed.
There's so many people that like thirst for a real gym around here. It's ridiculous.
Where you can yell and make noise.
Yeah, make noise. Yeah. It would be a fucking anti-UFIT gym.
Yes.
It would say, we are the anti-UFIT gym.
Yeah.
You're welcome to yell, scream, bring chalk.
Right.
Don't drop your shit too hard, but you're welcome to drop your stuff. You
can train naked. Just use a towel.
I don't know about naked, Lenny. So don't scare the elderly women.
Why not?
You do want women there.
Yeah.
Closest thing to that is Busybody on Glades.
Yeah. But that's not, that's fucking West Boca.
It's too far, yeah. And they told Jason they're going to charge him $150 if he wants to film in there now.
Really?
Yeah, he got pissed and left the other day.
A one-time fee, or every time
he wants to film? He didn't even say. He just said, hey, you asked me for $150. He said I can't film unless I give him $150.
His membership is free. Pay the damn $150.
They should be happy that he's in there filming.
I think he annoys most of the people there.
He sets up a tripod right in the middle of the place.
It's a big place, but I think they have too much equipment in there. It's a little bit jammed. Mm-hmm. They have.
I go down very once in a while. I've been down there when they used to carry my Divine stuff.
Have you been to the one in Boynton, the Barbell? It's like a warehouse.
That was right by Divine.
Is that a good joint?
It's an old school gym. I mean, and the equipment, you know, it's not what I would want to train. I mean,
Those black chicks pushing sleds out in front.
Oh, it's one of okay.
Yeah, it's just, you know, they
South
don't. I
African
mean,
co-workers sweating their balls off.
I want to.
When you're ready, we'll start a fucking Kickstarter or GoFundMe and raise what we can.
You know, we just gotta. We'll see how this year's cryptocurrency goes. Come December.
Isn't it going down?
No, it's going back up. No, crypto's not going to go down anytime. It's gonna Christmas time. I'm hoping to triple my money.
Didn't somebody want to fucking put Lenny on their cryptocurrency or some shit? Isn't that what you sent me some email the other day? Listen to this.
Lenny
I give you
cryptocurrency.
permission.
There you go. There's your permission, whoever that was.
Hold on, wait. What is this?
I have to read I'll show you the email after the.
They want to start a
podcast.
currency and use Lenny as the currency.
Yeah,
His face.
Lenny's face on the coins.
And what are they going to
joke.
sell the coin for? They know how to do the network and everything.
I don't know.
Do they listen to the show regularly?
I think so. I'll show you.
I have some show idea. I mean, I have some cryptocurrency ideas. I'd like to talk to them.
Oh, Lou, I wanted to ask
It's a
if you
legit
could
email.
post that stack you had on, that 16-weeker. You had it up there on Instagram. I didn't see it anymore.
Stack?
Yeah, it was a 16-week stack from Geared Up.
Oh, that was on Geared Up.
Well, if you could post it, if you haven't, put it so I can see it on my phone, because I haven't been able to see it.
Didn't I message you that, or
You did, but I don't see it on my phone anymore. I think I want to try something like that. That's that tranny again?
Yeah.
Show Brad.
That's a tranny.
That's a training, dude.
She obviously had the surgery.
I don't
You know,
know.
Of course not.
There's no dick there, man.
Of course there is.
I told
You're
Lou
not a tranny unless you don't have a dick.
before you guys got here. I told Lou I would love to see what that picture looked like before it was photoshopped. Every hair, every flaw, every stretch mark, all photoshopped out.
I mean,
she looks like what's it called?
Maybe we can find her right
There's
now.
some
anime.
trannies that have the bar. It's
a
called the
cartoon.
Barbie doll look. I've seen them
It
online.
doesn't even look real.
What the fuck is her name?
They said ask them what they think about the IFBB controversy where they awarded the guy who shouldn't have won classic physique. You know anything about that?
Never heard of her.
Yeah. Not interested in fucking men's bikini.
I don't follow it that much.
Please ask Leonard what he's thinking about Iran versus Israel war that's going to happen in a few days.
Trump's going to save it.
Good luck, Iran. You're done.
Iran against Israel.
Iran's finished.
There it is, Lenny. You want to discuss it?
They have a nuke.
Where is
Nukes
that? Where
we
did you?
don't?
Where is that at?
This was on the Geared Up. It was on the Geared Up discussion.
I've been listening to their podcasts. They're good. I like this.
Yeah, well, I think I'm going to follow that. If there's some science behind
What's the
it.
guy's?
Yeah, just put it on the current one.
Adam McVeigh.
Thanks.
Adam McVeigh? Yeah.
What do you want me to do this?
Just put it on the Instagram again.
Put it on what Instagram?
On your Instagram so I can see it.
I didn't have it on my Instagram.
You had it on something.
I emailed it to you.
Yeah,
I texted it to
Did
you.
you do it again?
I don't want Lenny to be submissive in this shoot. I want him to use a hooker as his little plastic fuck doll.
All right, it's in the group message.
Your wish is my command.
It's in the group message.
I'm submissive to you.
What is Lou's research chemical site?
PurchasePeptides.net.
There you go. All right, good. I'll read that later. I just got that.
What is this?
Ask Andrew when he realized relationships with women were a waste. What was the catalyst? I don't think relationships with women are a waste at all. I just said don't get married. That's it. Nothing wrong with relationships, dating. Have fun, enjoy yourself.
What
Just don't get married.
What a spin.
That's it. Marriage is about business. Relationships and dating are about companionship, fun, sex, good times. Marriage? Mm-mm. I've never been married, but I know more than enough married people or people who have been married who, I'd say 4 out of 5 of them have told me they envy my decisions in life to remain unmarried.
I've been busting my buddy Mike's balls about getting stuff from Sinister Labs, their cookies and their protein bars, and I've been calling them Sinister Stroke.
What? You call what?
I call them Sinister Stroke, like they're fucking stroking us. They said to the Scots, you call them Sinister Stroke. The guy that owns Sinister Labs.
Will Lenny ever try weed? He has tried weed.
For what?
You want some meth?
I'll try that.
Of course. You're going to try meth and weed, you fucking idiot.
It's a one-time, very infrequent thing.
You got to eat it. It's the best way to do it. Then you got to eat it, and then you got to get with a hooker. And you got to take the hose and go.
Will do. Brad's look, get that intrigued look on his face.
About the meth, yeah. Lou's going to have to put plastic all in one of those rooms.
What do you know about meth, Brad?
I don't know, but I heard it makes you fucking... Jesus
Look at this
Christ.
comment.
Holy shit. You can read that one.
Trento Lenny, that's a little, give us a condensed version and then we'll read it. That's a little long.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
it makes your orgasms something else. It makes them incredible.
And the women, too.
Not so much for the women, I don't think, but...
We are making more T-shirts. We're actually working on a good one now. Did I show you the picture of that? It came out. It's going to come out good. We'll let you guys know when we
The
when we
T-shirt
put it
company
up.
makes your Happy Hulk shirts?
M&P,
How much you guys paying for shirts, anyways?
M&P Apparel.
Oh, yeah, okay, because I got these really cheap.
What's the brand?
Next Level.
Yeah, that's what we use. They're good shirts.
Question. I'm sorry.
And they're right here in Boca. These guys are really good. Corey's a really, really good guy.
So is our guy. We go to M&P Apparel. It's a second, Yamato and second over there. Or east. Where's your guy at?
He's over there over by Clintmore in one of those, whatever circle.
Oh, by Blackstone.
Is Blackstone over there too? I know that
Yeah, he's
Redcon's
off
over there.
Yeah, he's right around the corner too, yeah.
Yeah, everybody seems to be back there.
Blackstone's using our guys now, though. They're doing their shirts and their, whatever, those fucking girl pants. Like, I can't even think of what.
Lenny, you don't seem fucking like Lenny.
Yeah, sluggish.
Yeah.
No Phenibut.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I hear you. Different person. A lot of people
Should have
say
told me I
that.
would have bought you some Tramadol.
We'll get Bravo on the podcast when he comes down here. He's supposed to visit this month.
So, like, what time do you guys? I was thinking, like, having us all there early, like, whatever, 4 or 5 o'clock, whatever, eating, and then having the troops roll in about 7:30 or something like that.
Good.
'Cause I really don't want to. I'm not looking to feed a bunch of hookers, and
Yeah.
we'll let them drink.
Feed
some
him dick.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Hey, you call the shots. I mean, you're being generous.
Save him some
As long as
leftovers.
it all gets filmed.
Yeah.
As long as it gets filmed for the Maniacs, anything goes. I don't know what
Oh,
channel
my
we could
God.
put it on, but
Oh my God.
Lou, I'm just going to go on the record and I'm going to say I'm a very cynical person by nature. I'm going to believe all this when I see it. Prove me wrong.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
whoa.
I'm not like I'm a guy that does what he says and says what
I'll
he does.
attest
All
to
right, good.
that. I'll
All right,
attest to
good.
that.
I'm not a fucking.
We're all
stroke.
like
I'll
that.
attest
Because
to that.
You know what I mean? And like when I told you guys about wanting to help you and stuff like that. I mean, I would love to help you guys. You know what I mean?
See,
We'll all help each other. It's not just help.
Right, yeah,
You know.
what the Maniacs don't know is that myself, Lou, Lenny, Brad, Jay, and Andrew Calora, we've had a whole group text going on now for the past 3 weeks. And this whole Memorial Day barbecue gets talked about among all of us basically every day, just talking shit, what we're going to do, what we're going to have. So it's been hyped up a lot. So
Yeah, no, it's gonna. Yeah,
I want you to come
I mean,
through.
like I can't guarantee that girls are gonna show up at the door. I am telling them what the deal is.
Money talks.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm telling them what the deal is. If they show up, they show up. You know, if they hear Andrew Clora's in town, they might just not show up. but believe me, I have a stable deep enough where I can,
You're
I'll
gonna get that black girl, that great dick sucker over.
No, she won't. I've already tried to convince her. And
Any tans at all?
I don't know. I'm trying.
Hispanics?
Oh yeah, most of them are Latins.
Good.
I'm gonna have some people there. Don't
Get a
worry.
few Dominicans.
I cut the Dominican. But yeah, we're gonna have a good time. I don't know who's gonna be filming it. I mean, I have a video camera if you want.
I'll bring my camera.
Okay. Just.
I know my role. I know my place.
What do you mean?
Bring the other camera too with the tripod.
Yeah, set the tripod. Yeah.
This way you don't have
That's
to
not
watch.
a bad idea.
Yeah, I need to like Brad said, I need to go purchase a.
I'd like to see everyone jump in a pool naked in your swimming pool.
Yeah, bring bathing suits. I mean, I got.
Oh, you have a pool? You have a pool?
It's not. Yeah, it's not a big pool, but it's a
Get all
wading
the girls
pool.
in there naked. Be nice.
Yeah, I don't need no loads floating in my pool. Though,
Yeah.
Any loads?
Can you believe the size of the load Jason Genova's gonna blow when he fucking gets his dick out?
We should have one of those little like cooking timers. You turn and tick, 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 tick to see how long it takes for him to nut.
Oh, I'm gonna hear.
He'll be in and out of that room within
Yeah.
3
I
minutes.
just know what's actually going to happen. I want you to lead him on, make it look like he's shocked and surprised. Just have a naked girl come out.
Oh,
See
yeah,
what he does. I know I see the look on his face.
No, you just got to tell the girl to grab him and go. Say, don't fucking let him talk back. Just take him and go fuck him.
She'll start taking her
That's
clothes
it.
off, and he'll start showing her his videos on YouTube.
Exactly.
That's what he'll do.
We'll take his phone from him.
Yeah.
Jason, go.
Yeah, hide his
The
phone.
look on
Do you
his
think he'll be
face.
scared to fuck?
Possibly.
Really?
No.
You think he's a virgin, honestly?
Yeah.
Okay.
What if he's got a big elephant dick?
He's like Dirk Diggler.
No, we've seen that already.
Yeah, exactly. We've all seen that.
Do I really?
Yeah,
Yeah, he did
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
He
yeah.
fucking did a Jack video on
yeah.
on camera.
Your theory's been
I mean,
debunked.
it ended up on the internet. Somebody trolled him, saying that he was a girl to jerk. He jerked himself off.
Filming it?
Yeah, and it went all
And the
around
guy
the internet.
fucking posted the shit.
Of course.
And he sent it to the guy.
He takes nudes all the time in front of his mirror because he thinks they're girls, and then they end up messaging to us. Look what Jason did again. Look what Jason did again.
Ooh, that means he's interested.
He's not hung like an elephant.
Poor fucking Jason.
Wow.
But we curse too much.
Yeah, we're animals. We're vulgar.
Well, it's going to be entertaining to say the least. I just hope my wife doesn't show up and be fucking party pooper. She'll know not to come. She'll be told not to. I might
You'll
have.
be told
Send her
not
to a concert or something.
Yeah.
What's
No,
Memorial
I'll
Day?
just she'll know. She won't bother us. My wife is good about that stuff.
My wife.
My wife is good about
My
that.
wife doesn't.
She's
show
got to know
up.
Andrew's in town. You know, I'm not going to be up to anything devious.
My wife is
I'll be-
good about knowing when
Does
I have
she
hookers
doesn't live
over.
with you though, right? You guys are split.
No, we're split, but
Okay.
you know, she hasn't quit on me.
Andrew should be a real freak coming down by
Talking about Andrew, he doesn't think I'm going to buy him a ticket. I don't think. Andrew and Andrew are both like on the whatever he just
We
said.
don't meet people.
Yeah.
We run into a lot of bullshit artists that aren't true to their word.
I believe shit when I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe
I-
Lou.
that's-
Trust
Well, you
me.
just make sure you get your ass out of work at 4:00 and you
I'll-
show
yeah,
up because
I will.
if you're not there, I'll fucking come to your
That's
house
a
and kick you in the
promise.
ass.
That's a promise.
But like, so
try to
I
get off
I
sooner.
looked for airfare for Andrew. It was like $100, and now I'm looking. I'm like, it's like $300. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna wait. I'll wait till like the last week, and hopefully
Yeah.
it'll drop back down because
No,
they
it
start.
fucking goes up.
No. With the last few days before flights are sold out, they
Right.
drop the prices to fill the seats. I learned that one from Erica.
Well, if he
America.
flies out on if he comes on a Sunday, I don't know.
If he came Sunday to Wednesday, it'd be better, but it'd be less expensive. But I don't care about paying the price. Whatever, it's whatever.
Yeah, it's awfully
You
nice.
know, it's gonna
Is
be.
he gonna stay with you again?
Yeah, I'll probably stay with me. Whatever. It's only gonna be 2 nights. I'll have. I'm
think he
gonna,
had
I'm
the
gonna,
time
I'm gonna
of
let
his life.
Kiara stay
Has he talked to
in case fucking Jay gets out of line. I'm just gonna open a cage for fucking Kiara.
Oh, yeah, you got a mean dog, right?
Yes.
What kind of dog is it?
South African Mastiff of Warble. She bit fucking
She,
core.
big bitch, huh?
Yeah, she's 105 pounds. She's not big.
So Laura got scared.
No, man, I got fucking scared because if
Andrew just taking bites like it's nothing.
I didn't fucking pull Andrew back, he fucking might have lost the arm. I mean, if I didn't pull Kiara back, he might have lost his arm.
I thought you were talking
Is
about.
she normally
if you,
vicious?
If you didn't have to pull Andrew back, Kiara would have lost his arm.
Other way around.
Hey, Andrew's tracking down stray cats. He's used to getting all clawed up.
They're bred for protection. That's what they're bred for. They're bred to protect the home.
Let it loose on Jay.
And I didn't introduce her, and she saw a stranger, and
Yeah, right.
Saw a terrorist.
Jake might fucking.
he wouldn't have a chance. He wouldn't fucking hold it. He would be in trouble. He'd lose his dick. Flora had 2 big fucking holes in
Yeah, I
his
saw
arm.
that.
And like I said, I pulled her back just in time, because if I didn't,
Will she do that with any new person in your house?
if they're not introduced, if I don't introduce, like if they're not introduced, and she's not like
Introduced.
like
He's supposed to
Yeah.
grab his paw. You
no,
know,
pretty much like she'll know that she'll
extending arms, he gets bitten off.
she
She's
knows
feed her
that
a
like
piece of prime rib and
Like
she'll
if she
love
sees
you.
you sitting on a couch next to you, she knows you're an invited guest. In the
right
home.
like if you come into the house and I'm there and we start talking, communicating, and she senses that it's okay, she's not going to do something. But like if you come into the house and we're not communicating and she's there and I'm like say in the other room or
Is that
whatever.
what happened with Andrew?
But what happened with Andrew is she was all excited to get in the truck. She loves riding in the truck, so she came out the door and she ran right up into the truck. She didn't realize Andrew was there.
Oh my god.
Oh,
So she didn't see Andrew. Then she looked over and she caught Andrew. Well, she jumped down, and while she jumped down, I put the collar on, and I hadn't made any communication with Andrew, or you know what I mean. And she fucking just looked at Andrew, and she fucking leaped and went to fucking bite him, because he was in the garage, and he's like thinking, this guy's trying to hurt my daddy, and he went.
This terrorist.
Yeah, exactly.
But Andrew was
how
a
old
good
is the
sport.
dog?
She's a year and a half.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Still almost a puppy still.
Yeah, she's still in puppy stage, but she's.
Ask Lou about his relationship with a female bodybuilder named Haley from Boston.
Haley. I haven't talked to Haley in a long time.
Whoa.
How do they know I know Haley?
Dude, these fucking people find anything.
Yeah, I know. Haley hasn't competed in years. She was like a top female at one time, and then she just stopped. She's a very, very pretty girl.
I heard you had a relationship with that wrestler, Midnight, Anne-Marie Crooks, the big Jamaican girl.
That was years ago.
She was in the WCW with Booker T.
I didn't have a relationship with her, but she met. I don't know. She saw me down in Fort Lauderdale at what is that? The place down there by the Riverwalk or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And she saw me. She was on a motorcycle, and
By herself?
she was with a couple girls.
Yeah.
She saw me, and she fucking walked right up to me. Fuck,
Yeah, because she's on all that stuff. She's like a guy.
Yeah. We never really hooked up though. We talked a lot, and
She wanted to?
oh yeah. She fucking made it pretty clear that she wanted to.
She wanted to have sex with you pretty much.
Yeah. I was a pretty
Wow.
good looking guy when I was younger.
Oh, yeah. I know. You still are. Midnight from WCW. And you didn't hit that?
She lived in Fort Lauderdale, and I lived in the Enclave over there by where your gym is at Military. And
Yeah.
is that where the
Yeah,
Enclave?
Big Randy used to
Yeah.
live over there.
Well, Randy, you remember Randy?
Ralph
Rocco?
Salerno.
Ralph Salerno was doing life in prison.
Oh,
Ralph,
you know,
for
me
what?
and Quillora
Murder.
know Aunt Randy well.
Murder. He fucking guy saved my life. He saved my life one night at Pure Platinum. That's when I got sucker punched with a pair of brass knuckles. The guy came and sucker punched me with a pair of brass knuckles and shattered my face.
For what?
He was a fucking loser. And I went back outside to fucking, I said, hey, you got to fucking do better than that. And he came at me, and I went to hit the guy. And when I went to hit him, his buddy fucking punched me in the back of the head with the brass knuckles again. And they were both fucking, and Randy didn't know I went outside, and they were both going to town on me. And Randy came out and fucking punched one guy, and the other guy punched Randy in the mouth with the brass knuckles. But they took off, But yeah.
That picture that you sent to us in that group text, who are those two? One of them was the Ultimate Warrior, and the other.
Oh yeah. One was one with Kerry Von Erich, the Texas Tornado.
Okay.
Yeah, the W. Yeah, we were going to talk about that. I mean, I used to love the WWF when I was a kid.
Yeah, we all
growing
did.
up.
Nowadays it stinks,
Yeah,
but it was
Who was your
fun.
favorite wrestlers back then?
Well, I was actually thinking about this stuff today. With the first WWF champion I knew was Bob Backlund, the redheaded guy.
Oh, yeah.
And I think he was dethroned eventually by Hogan or by somebody else, maybe.
Iron Sheik, maybe?
Iron Sheik, yeah, but that was only temporary. Then, but Hogan was the one that actually ended up being the one to take him over. And then then so I was like, you know, during that phase, the Bob Backlund phase, I like the world's strongest man or the Olympic powerlifter Ken Batera. Remember him?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Ken Batera and Superfly Snuka and
Tony Atlas.
Tony Atlas. I wasn't a huge Tony Atlas fan, but
Big John Studd.
Big John Studd was there, and the Iron Sheik and
Moondogs.
The British Bulldogs.
You know,
came along.
we actually once called the Iron Sheik on this podcast. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
When-
Mike T has his number.
Yeah.
He went on a plane.
He answered the phone. Lenny's like, "Oh, hey, what did you say to
Hey,
him?"
Sheik, we got an event down here with so-and-so. Are you interested? And say, who is this and this and that?
He didn't say
We'll give
much.
him
He just
another
hung
call.
up.
Yeah, basically
Yeah.
hung up
Another
on us.
call.
Yeah, then the Ultimate Warrior was when I was 12, 13, the final stages of my WWF days.
He was later. He was a little later.
Was it really?
Yeah, how old are you? You're going to be 50.
50, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
more like when you were close to your teens with the Ultimate Warrior.
Really?
Late teens, oh yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
because he was popular
was
when
in-
I
he
was
was in,
when I was that age.
World
10.
class wrestling, they called him the Dingo Warrior.
I think he was still in. I think I was still in high
Dingo
school, right? No?
Warrior.
Yeah. Maybe the Dingo Warrior from World Class, and then they changed him to the Ultimate Warrior once Vince got him. But that was late 80s.
Late 80s?
Yeah.
I think I was still in high school. I graduated in 86.
He was like
Yeah,
one of the
you were out
first
of high
guys
school
that
with the
was
Warrior.
fucking ripped huge.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, he was overly huge.
And he
Because
was,
I wasn't watching the WWF in college. So I was still in high school.
he may have watched a little bit.
I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, he's definitely late 80s.
Anyway, so, he was one of my favorite, wrestlers at whatever time in my life it was. And him and Kerry Von Erich came into a club I was bouncing at. And I was, at that time I was probably like 220 pounds. And we had known that the wrestlers were in town, but we didn't know who was going to show up.
Where was this?
Cruzy and Liquor Stand, it was a club in West Palm Beach.
Oh, West Palm. Okay.
Back in the day. It was like the club to go to.
Yes, I've heard of that on the radio.
Well, anyways, a limo pulls up and those two come out, and they're in I don't think it was a busy night. I think it was like a Sunday night. They had like a special Sunday night thing or a Thursday night thing for the WWF. Anyways, we had a big slate pool table and like by one of the bars. Like it was, I think we only had one pool table in the club, and that was the one. And I remember standing there, just my manager just like, just stick around, make sure nobody fucks with them, blah blah blah. All right. Well, they're getting pretty lit up at that time, and Jim, the Ultimate Warrior, decides he wants to fucking pick up the pool table. So he and this is a slate pool table. This isn't like a light fucking pool table. He grabs it like this, picks it up, turns it, and he has it up like this. You know what I mean? Like it was nothing, Then Kerry comes over and calms him down and tells him to put it down and whatever. But they're both really, really cool guys. We asked them for pictures, and they were totally open to it. And, I didn't talk much with them. I left them.
The girls flocked to them and tried to.
Everybody was just trying to be around them.
People recognized him with that as makeup on.
Yeah. You couldn't fucking miss the guys. They're not small guys. Oh, and plus he had a jacket on with the Warrior,
I heard a lot
and
of
the
guys
tassels like he wore and all that
said- A lot
stuff.
of guys didn't like him, that's for sure. A lot of wrestlers. Jealous.
What did he die of? He died last year, right?
Heart attack a couple years ago.
Yeah. He lived up in Idaho or something. But like I used to go to the Springfield Civic Center all the time, and I shook Andre's hand one time when I was still before 12 years old, because I remember I used to go when I was in Little League from 8 to 12 years old. We used to have a coach that used to bring us all. I remember Andre shook my hand like, in his fucking hand like went up all the way up my forearm. Like he slapped my hand. I was like, the girl's just a little kid. It was like this big. And fucking his fingers are as wide as my wrist. It's crazy.
I didn't see that documentary yet on him. I heard it was very
It was
good.
really, really good.
You saw it, yeah.
Really good, yeah. Hogan's, and he ended up hating fucking McMahon come the end.
Everybody
I
seems
think most
to.
of them did.
Yeah.
Well, because he owns their ass. Anything else they do, he's got to get his cut, man.
I remember watching Hogan and and Andre numerous times, and Hogan never beat him. But Andre used to, what is it, suplex when they lift you up and they fall back, and
Yeah.
like they would do a suplex, and it was like, you know, they would almost be hitting he'd almost be hitting his feet would almost be hitting the scoreboard. It seemed like, you know, because they were so high, but you know, because Andre was 7'4", 7'6", and then Hogan on top of that is another, like, it's 13 feet. This thing was probably only like 15 feet off the ground, you know.
Hogan's listed as 6'8", but when we met him, he's nowhere near
6'5".
6'8". He's 6'5".
Yeah,
Maybe
of course.
6'6".
Yeah, that's why they have the shoes like this.
Yeah.
Plus, he had some back surgeries, he said, and knocked a few inches off.
Yeah, he's a couple inches taller than Lenny.
Yeah.
Especially coming back.
No fucking way.
Yeah, re-sign him.
Who?
Vince
Really?
shows their heart up. They turned me down. So I
wonder
He
why.
reached out to me, then turned me down.
Who did?
WWE.
When?
A year and a half ago.
Really? What'd they say?
Yeah, they wanted me to go to. They were going to take me up to Orlando and meet a talent scout.
And what year?
Because all the interest they got from the Maniacs wanted me to wrestle Triple H because I called him out. And then they called me out, so then, you know, I'm ready to go. And then all of a sudden Andrew gets a text. What did the lady say?
Well, Adam McLeod from New Universal Order, he was on the case for us, and he was communicating with her, and he was forwarding me the emails. And then I started communicating with her directly, and she said something along the lines of, he's
A recluse?
too vulgar, he's not...
Doesn't
He
fit
doesn't
the,
right. He doesn't
guidelines
provide
of
the
the
kind of content that we're looking for at this time. I guess they caught wind of some of his.
But, you know, that's their loss.
You should have responded back and said, it's all an act. That's what you want, right? You want someone that can act.
Yeah.
You can change. He'll act the way you want him to act. This is what he's doing is acting. I mean, he's doing what, you know, people want. I mean,
Well,
they
it's
don't.
their loss. When you
They can't fucking comprehend
when
that.
you
I
get
mean,
overwhelming emails who they want to see in the ring, not a former wrestler, but me.
right? You know, I'll be who you want me to be. Tell me how you want me to be. I mean, if it's going to put money in my pocket and
graduated
make
from
me
a
a celebrity,
school. I do have a diploma. It's an exotic Adrian Street school up in Gulf Breeze, Florida. In 1995, I graduated from there.
yeah, you're not a dummy, Lenny. I mean,
You can follow the script,
Yeah,
do some limited moves.
yeah.
But that's their loss. Go fuck yourself.
Maybe they're listening to that. You shouldn't have told them to fuck
And I see
themselves.
Triple H and Big Show copying my beard down to a T all of a sudden, too. What's that all about?
Yeah, they're copying you.
Triple H, the dude's got to get out of the game. He's been around way too long.
Well, he owns it now.
he owns
Marrying Vince's daughter.
Is that a shtick or is that real?
That's 100% real.
Is it?
Good
You know,
for him.
it used to be good, you
That's
know,
one
when
for
there
the-
was just
one for the
Elizabeth.
guys.
When there was just Elizabeth, you know what I mean? That
Oh
dude's-
yeah, I remember
you
that.
know,
That's one time I might say it's okay to get married.
Right, yeah.
you know, Elizabeth was like, but then, you know, all these chicks started coming into it, and it became like a damn soap opera, you know?
That's all it is. It's
Yeah.
fucking
I don't know.
mindless entertainment.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly, I'm not someone that watches a lot of TV anyways. I watch sports, I'll watch hockey, or I'll watch football, but, you know, I really don't know what's going on much in the world. I try not to pay attention to all the fucking crazy shit that's going on out there.
Yeah, cookie cutter shit.
Yeah, you know, it's just like...
Cookie cutter shit.
Speaking of shits, oh my god.
You gotta go.
I was disappointed with I went and saw the fucking Avengers movie. I was kind of disappointed with that.
I heard it was good.
I heard Batista was in it.
He's
He
always
is.
in it though. He's
on Guardians of the
Guardian.
Galaxy.
Yeah, he's the blue guy in the Guardians.
Tell you what,
He's actually pretty good. He's good. He does well.
you want to
an
watch
actor.
something amazing? Watch that new Cobra Kai series on YouTube Red. The continuation of the Karate Kid.
I saw the first episode. It wasn't bad.
It only gets better.
No shit, okay.
It exceeded all of my expectations. The storyline is
Yeah, I
great.
was
The
very-
acting is great.
I was tentative, and I saw it. I was like, "Yeah, they did a
No,
good job."
watch it.
What is it about? It's about the Karate Kid when
But
Scott Baio was in it, or
No, Ralph Macchio.
Ralph Macchio. Yeah.
Basically, it moves the
80s
whole.
Italian actor.
It moves the whole story 30 years later. Johnny Lawrence is basically an alcoholic loser, a bum. He's got a kid that he never sees. Tony LaRusso became a very successful man.
Daniel.
Is it Danny LaRusso? Tony LaRusso. That's the manager, the baseball manager.
Danny
LaRusso is
Danielson.
Yeah.
Danielson, the Karate
He owns a
Kid.
car dealership. He's married, 2 kids, perfect life, white picket fence. And just, I don't want to say it, just watch it. It's great.
You got to
Really
pay for
good.
YouTube Red, right?
No, go to Rulu.com, RULU.com, and you can watch it
Not
for free.
Hulu. Okay.
Yeah.
Hulu, not
like,
Hulu.
Like Hulu, but with an R. Lenny, you need to go take a shit?
Yeah.
You need the
Lenny,
key?
I don't know how you're going to get on the stage, Lenny.
Oh, I feel better. Once
He's gonna fucking.
I mean, a ton of carbs. You can see
He's
what
gonna be up
carbs-
there in a coffin.
Lou, do you know the rule? No, he's not allowed to shit in the house?
No?
No.
Where do you go?
He's got to go to the clubhouse right there. See that building
Oh.
through the window? Because he shit here once, and he left. He took such a huge shit that it was caked all over the side of the bowl for 2 weeks. I tried to piss it off. Nothing would work.
What do you think about that, Dale?
Where you going, Lenny?
When have you taken a shit
He's
like
got to
that?
walk to the clubhouse.
When's the last time you took a shit like that, Dale?
Let me give you the key.
Lenny, you couldn't wrestle. You can't even move.
They changed gear protocol. That's all.
Gear protocol. Why don't you change it now so you
Trying
live?
to fucking grow.
You're trying to kill
Lenny,
yourself.
hold on, Lenny. What is the on the left side, on your right side, what is that coming out?
We're here.
Yeah, your liver.
Shit.
Is that your liver swollen?
You know, I'm taking liver cleanse.
Which has Palumbo sent you any more?
Did you see how it's his sides distended?
Yeah, it's all funny.
He's a fucking mess. He really is a fucking mess.
I hope he makes it to the barbecue.
Every time I go to his house, I'm thinking I'm gonna find him dead. I banged on the door today because he wasn't answering the phone, and I told him, I'm not taking no for an answer on Monday. This is one obligation he's gonna do with us is the fucking podcast. He can't sleep all fuck. I pick him up at 6 o'clock. How the fuck? Why are you sleeping still at 6 o'clock?
What does he do? Go home and go to bed, or does he stay up?
He after work he gets. I don't know. He probably goes to bed at midnight.
The HOA is probably going to assess me for cleaning up his shits in the toilet in the clubhouse.
No, but he sleeps all day. He just gets up to eat and drink and piss.
On
There's-
Mondays.
On Mondays.
There's no change in his
No, that's what
thought.
people don't realize. They're always on our ass. Tell Leonard he's gonna kill
If you
himself.
guys were really his friends,
You wouldn't
listen.
He's a fucking grown man and he's stubborn. He's gonna do whatever he wants. He does not.
You think we like visiting him in the hospital? No.
Exactly. We don't want to see him
Depressing.
die either, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah,
to all
no,
of us,
yeah.
but-
We're all gonna be at his fucking funeral, and it's gonna be fucking sad. And
He's doing what he wants. I'll
Oh,
give him that.
yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Lenny wants to be big. He wants to wherever Lenny goes, he wants people to look at him and say, "Look at that freak." And without that, he'd rather not be alive. That's what people need to understand.
Look. Ready? And Brad has said it before. Lenny would probably look the same if he was on nothing. Not for nothing. He has atrophy in his arms. He has atrophy in his legs. The only thing that grows is this.
It's his stomach. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, he's not. I mean, he talks about being 700 pounds and ripped and this. He's not growing. I mean, it's not like he's gaining muscle. We're fucking 50 years old. It's nearly impossible. I don't care how many drugs you do.
It's
It's you're fighting.
he'd be fine at just 400 mgs of test a week.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah. That's
And he'd
it.
still be the same fucking size. He just feels like he's got a. I don't know. It's an addiction, man. It's just like anything else. I mean,
Yep.
what the fuck can you do? You could tell him till you're blue in the face, and everybody that's met him says the same shit. Even Palumbo lectured him too after he did the interview. He's telling him, you're not fucking 25 years old anymore, man.
Right.
That shit, all that shit you're taking is not. It's pointless.
Yeah, it's not advantageous.
Right. You're gonna fucking kill yourself, and if you already have a bad ticker, why would you fucking, But and then he laughs. You get in the car, he's like, "Hey, you hear what he said? What does he know?" It's like, what are you talking about? He's just trying to give you some good advice. But whatever.
Well, Palumbo's done some damage to himself too.
Exactly. I mean, Jesus. I was speechless when we saw him in person. I was like, Jesus.
Oh, he's always deteriorating. But he was really sick, I think.
Well, on his YouTube channel, he's always just sitting at a table, so you see him from like maybe the mid chest or lower chest up. You don't often see him standing up. We met him, we shook his hand, we talked, and it's
that lifestyle takes a fucking toll on your body, man. But he's only 49. He's not. I mean, you've met most of these guys.
Oh no, yeah. Dave prepped me.
Yeah.
In 2013.
They know their shit, but like somebody like that, you would think we thought Lenny would listen to him. He won't. He
doesn't care.
He likes his liver cleaner, whatever that shit is called.
It's his,
Fibrilize. That's about it.
It's his life, man. Like if Lenny didn't have that, he wouldn't care to live. You know what I mean? He's been doing the same shit for the last 20 fucking years. But the only difference is now he's not riding an Andrews truck anymore. He's fucking riding a bike to the gym. I mean, I'll be honest with you. It takes some fucking serious dedication to be riding a fucking bike to the gym every day.
Yeah.
Because my ass wouldn't be fucking doing it.
No,
you know what I mean?
This fucking heat,
Yeah.
especially in the summer.
You know, I mean,
now it's getting out again,
you
man.
know, shit, yeah.
Fucking.
You know,
I was soaked today.
I mean, and I said it.
Yeah,
I said,
was horrible.
here's the worst thing that's going to happen to Lenny. He's going to have a fucking stroke. He's going to have fucking drop face. He's not going to be able to walk. He's going to have to be fucking
pushed around a
wheelchair the rest of his life, and he's going to be fucking miserable because he can't do what he wants, and he's not dead. You know what I mean? He's just going to be alive, and he's going to be fucking, you know. Yeah. That'll be a nightmare if that happens to Lenny.
He'd rather be dead.
Yeah, he'd rather be dead. Yeah. You know, because if he can't do what he loves, he wants to be dead. You know?
Right, and that's what people don't understand. He legitimately feels that way.
Yeah, no, I know he does. Yeah,
he knows it too. He said, "I know." He knows.
And
he
if the fucking carpet's pulled from under his feet and it doesn't go down the way he wants it to, he's gonna fucking be really, really miserable then. Maybe if he has to have someone wiping his ass and stuff like that.
Well, he'd enjoy that.
Yeah, probably.
Especially if it's a Haitian nurse. What are you gonna do, man? Well, let's go through some of these questions before we get the fuck out of here. What do you got, Lou? Did they message you?
Big Lou Podcast, Chief Big Pump. Big Lou Podcast, what business ideas do you have? Also, best way to get online business promoted. Well, I mean, I don't know the type of business that you have, but obviously the tools today that everybody are using is Facebook and Instagram. You know, as far as getting your product out in front of people, you know, obviously having a great SEO is very, very important. I built my business on capturing emails and doing email blasts is how I've ran Purchase Peptides now for the last, 3, 4. I mean, I've ran it since the beginning, but it's the only type of marketing I do now for my research companies is straight email blasts or text blasts, and that's it, because I have 100,000 emails from people that have subscribed or have been buyers on my website. People don't realize how homegrown mailing, how powerful it is, and you know how much business it'll bring you. People coming to you rather than you going out and trying to find people. So if you have a website, you know, if you go on my Purchase Peptides website, purchasepeptides.net, the first thing that'll come up is, hey, give us your email and you can have a chance at winning $50 in product or whatever. I'm not even sure what it says anymore because it's been a while since I've been on the site, but there's the email capture that comes up and you put your email in and you start obtaining people's emails, and you know, then you start doing email blast. My buddy taught me that, and it's night and day. Like the increase in business I received from that over time was something else. So.
Fucking Falcon Tony. I was like, Jason.
But yeah, so you know, those are some good ways as far as online businesses. You know, I'm moving into the medical field now. I'm going to get involved with some medical stuff, and the Happy Hulk website that I talked about earlier is like I said, that's fully for charity. All the profits and money that's made from that is going to go to helping save rhinos. And my Instagram page there is happy_Hulk_18 for 2018. So if you want to follow me there on Instagram.
You're not getting any copyright shit from them?
I have a backup
Actually, if you're not actually selling it, if you're just giving it away, which technically you're giving it away,
I'm doing it as a donation. Yeah,
so you can't get in any trouble for that.
I think it still could be a trademark infringement because of the guy's green, and it has the term Hulk. What I did is
Actually, looks like Boston Lloyd painted green.
Actually, it kind of does. You're right.
I don't know. I think he's. If you were to ask me if whose body is that built on, and believe me, I didn't influence my designer in any way. I think it looks like Flex, the body, the shape, the muscularity, and the density. It looks like Flex to me, but that's just an opinion, and by no means did I ask my designer to design them based off of Flex Lewis.
Obviously, the Hulk.
Yeah. It's just, anyways, I have a white version of him in case somebody decides to, send a letter to me and I have to make a change. So
do we.
It's just I've already planned that out. I sent the image to my attorney. I said, "Do you think this is trademark infringement?" And his response back was LOL. So I was just like, okay.
That's what Brad invented. He put LOL the first time I saw it on my phone. It's like, did you invent that term, Brad?
Well, did you invent any word that comes out of your fucking mouth? Then shut up.
Oh shit, Lenny, I gotta get you a T-shirt.
Thanks.
Triple
I
X.
gotta get all you guys. I got 3X is the biggest.
That's fine. That's a nice shirt. Believe me, man, I should be proud to wear a shirt looking that good. So it does look like Boston Lloyd to me.
I don't know who it looks like. But I think the guy did a pretty good job. It took him a while to get it right. I like the chick. The chick's pretty hot, too. Did you see the female version?
Yeah, it was.
The She-Hulk with the big hair.
I don't think you get one of those whores to dress up like, put a green paint on it.
Yeah.
And a green strap
Well,
on.
is that a woman's tee?
Happy She-Hulk I have.
The She-Hulk, is that a woman's shirt cut? Or is it just...
I have it's a Razorback tank top for women.
Okay, I got you. A green strap
It's called a cucumber.
You want me to hold on? Let me make a phone call right now. Let's do this.
Is it Christina?
Calling Heidi Fleiss.
Christina Boccolini is married. I told you that. Leave her alone.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, they show wedding pictures.
I saw it. Yeah, somebody sent me that. Yeah,
I told you, Lenny. She's married.
That's not what I'm interested in.
I stalked her.
Lenny wants to be the butler, the living bodyguard butler.
She's just amazing.
That's
It's
what
never
happens,
been
yeah.
about being married.
Christina, you can put Leonard
She's
in
not
your
gonna
basement.
She's not going to.
He'll protect you and your husband.
She's not going to understand much English.
Perfect.
Lenny, don't say anything to scare her off.
She might not
What
answer.
language does she speak? Spanish?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, baby.
Hi, Louie. How are you?
Good. How are you?
How you feeling?
Good.
I'm
How are you?
better today.
You're better
Super
today?
Good.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm with my friends, right? And then they're wondering,
Yeah.
do you have some girls lined up for the barbecue?
Oh, for barbecue?
For the 28th, remember? May 28th.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Okay, have you been trying to get some girls for us?
Yes, I have some girl. I send you a picture now, okay?
Okay, send me some pictures. Yeah, and don't forget, we got one virgin
Okay.
and one guy that wants
I
to,
know.
and the one guy that wants a strap on.
Okay, baby.
Okay,
Okay, my love.
I'll message you later.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Miss you too.
Bye.
Bye.
She sounds Colombian.
She's Cuban. She just had her fucking her wisdom teeth removed last week. She's got a smoking body.
Where are the pics?
Good, so she'll be able to suck Brad's dick better.
With no teeth. Have you ever had somebody suck your dick with no teeth?
Yeah, it's great. 62-year-old Dolores. I had her rim me, too. What? She's the first one to start licking my ass. A Delray bitch crack whore.
Oh my god.
With no teeth.
Oh my god.
I was
Ugly,
joking,
but
but
man,
that's great.
it felt good. It's great.
She's like Kim. She's like Kim.
A lot of those crack whores don't have teeth. Because they never brush their teeth. They're too busy smoking crack and eating sugary junk food.
Oh my god.
Or they get their
great.
teeth knocked out. One of the three.
I can read her text conversation.
Save the Rhino.
Dolores.
Dolores gummed your nuts.
So what are you doing on Memorial Day, Dale? Gonna go with the boys at that gym?
I don't know what Dale. What are you doing on Memorial Day?
That's what we'd like to know. You want to answer, please?
Could you imagine if Lou opens the door and it's Dale dressed in drag? The girls are here. It's like Dale and Cornelius.
Uh-oh. I'd like to see Dale and Andrew Calora on stage 2019.
It might happen.
That's what I want to see.
Will you be up
To
there
me, that's
too?
a good matchup.
When you first met Dale, the first thing you said was, "You remind me of Andrew Calora."
Yeah, as far as the strength,
Yeah.
the intensity. But I think Andrew, you could tell, is just like Road Warrior Hawk used to say, he has that sick gene. You turn it on, he just looks at everything else and puts it aside. And I saw that again during some of his videos in the leg press, where he just gets that up through sheer aggression. So I can't wait to see what he looks like.
He was. I'm not going to say today because he's 40, but he was in a class of his own. There wasn't. I don't know anybody that was ever and personally. I mean, there's people out there that are, but Andrew was in a class of his own. And it was funny because.
So why do you think he never got to the a top level
Marketing,
bodybuilding?
promotion. What bodybuilding? Everybody had an opinion on him. George Johnson wanted to try to shrink his waist. That wasn't going to happen.
Well, he got injured, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He had a
After
hernia.
the Florida, he did.
But he needed to get sponsorship
okay.
where all he could do is eat, sleep, and train. And he would have bet everything so big the waist would have been small.
You can't do that until you become a pro. That's
Ask Mark Alvisi that.
Well, Mark Alvisi was natural until whatever, but he was probably.
But they sponsored him, 6 figures.
We see him at the Delray LA Fitness.
Yeah.
He goes there in the morning.
But it was funny
He's
because
the same age as Andrew Calora, too. And he's a big...
Looks
big,
older.
Yeah.
he's worn, he's beat up. It's funny because Andrew used to watch me, and I didn't know Andrew back then at the Worlds on Hypoluxo when he was a kid. I had no idea who he was. He used to watch me, and it was funny that how it came back around, and then I used to watch him.
Yeah. You and Tom Prince.
Me and Tom Prince, yeah.
And when I joined there, actually it was in 96, I had a Dominican coworker take me over. That's the first time I saw Sherry Lee in the black tights.
Are you talking about, you're talking about, no.
Hypoluxo, yes.
She was at
In
Hypoluxo?
96. Oh, yeah. First time I saw her, she was a trainer. And then they all went over to the new one in Delray. Black tights.
That was even, that Hypoluxo gym was even open before that, I think.
That's the oldest
I know
LA
what
Fitness around.
That was 96 when I joined there.
But Tom was strong, but I never.
Yeah, he lied for the magazines.
I never saw. I mean, I saw him doing some impressive, dumbbell work, like incline presses and stuff like that. But I never saw him deadlift the type of weight I was deadlifting.
No, or squats.
Yeah.
He claims to do standing 365 for 8 presses. I don't believe that for a second.
His legs were strong.
Hamstrings were enormous.
Oh yeah.
Who's that?
Tom Prince.
Never heard of her.
There's another one of those.
Oh, closet homo.
Man dick suckers.
There's a lot of that in the bodybuilding world.
Not for me.
Okay, Leonard.
Lenny just sucks dick. He doesn't suck dick.
Girls' dicks.
Sucks girls' dicks, yeah.
Crazy.
Sick fuck.
Who is this? Chief.
Anything else you want to add, Leonard, before we wrap
I'm
this
really
shit?
looking forward to the barbecue. I appreciate Lou's generosity, and I hope the maniacs could enjoy it. So hopefully it's all filmed on a nice tripod.
Hold on. So this
By the end of the night, the tripod will be impaled in your fucking rectum, I'm sure.
I wouldn't mind. And I'll definitely be the aggressor, and I'll definitely show some wood.
So you're gonna get your take Cialis for the whole week leading up to it. It's exactly 3 weeks from today. So
Yeah, I'll be prepared.
So we won't do a podcast that Memorial Day, people. Just so you know, that's gonna be a week we take off.
Maybe we could do it
On
on
Monday after
maybe
that,
we
I'll
could
be
do
in New York.
Maybe we could do it the day after if Calora's here. Get him on.
We can do it that Tuesday.
Yeah, okay. So we could do it that.
Okay, so I'm
Tuesday.
going to book his flight Tuesday night, then fly out Tuesday night.
No, fly out Wednesday morning,
Yeah.
so we can have him here Tuesday night.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Chris from trying to sell me on this fucking glycolog stuff from fucking black.
What is that exactly? I've seen people.
I don't. It mimics insulin supposedly.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever.
Just go to fucking Walmart pharmacy and buy a bottle for $20. Oh, and by the way, that is the correct price.
No shit.
It's because it's generic and it's Walmart. They're trying to charge $150 for a vial.
It was $190 when we went through. We went through the CVS drive-through to get his insulin. What did you ask her for?
Umilinar and Novalunar, and you get the same one for like $30.
I got a refrigerator full at my house. You want it?
Yeah. You don't use it?
No, I don't use.
I'll take it. Thanks.
I got him from Canada.
That's just what you need to be in a fucking insulin coma.
He already takes it, doesn't he?
Yeah, I take it.
Yeah, it's mine's the short acting stuff, so it can't really do too much damage.
I use that when I'm dieting, the short acting.
Which is soon. 3 weeks, Leonard.
Day after Memorial Day.
We come.
Actually, June 1st to be specific. Well, I'm going to come in shredded. Trust me.
For what?
The Ruby.
Lenny, you gotta fucking.
Lou, I burn it off every year.
Leonard, I'm not talking about
He's
fat,
giving
but
you a
this is
little
your
belly
fucking-
rub. Look at he's
this is
smiling
your fucking,
too.
This is your fucking
He's poking
liver.
you like the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Liver's on the right side, Lenny.
You sure?
I'm 100%.
Are you sure? You don't even know where your fucking liver is.
It's right fucking here.
It's
Lenny.
inflamed.
It was right here. Right here. You're right.
Right here. It's like right there, right where it's fucking bulging. That's
Well, I'm
your.
taking liver cleanse.
You need to start drinking a
Look at him
bottle of
twitching.
UDCA a day.
The what?
UDCA.
What's
Urusolic acid.
Tudka.
Yeah, well, that's
That sits in my liver cleanse. I'm taking
Yeah.
a ton of it. Yeah, my sponsor gives it to me. New World Nutritionals, by the way. They got the Tudka, they got the choline, they got the inositol in it.
Move your hand. I'll read their web. bestbulkwheyprotein.com.
Yes, I love
Very
it.
good.
Thank you very much.
We'll mention Enhanced Athlete
Keep
too.
me alive.
Anabolic television.
What about the guys that do the edibles?
Medibles are coming back in a couple weeks.
I think they're so fucking stoned they don't remember to pay the damn bill.
No, they're fine. We contacted them. I'll mention Stashco too, stashcompany.com.
How about the beard oil, Brad?
That's right, the beard oil. Make sure you use some on the Memorial Day so you can lube up the tranny's asshole.
Yeah,
Well, actually, we're not getting trannies.
I'll be
No
off, so
trannies.
maybe you'll surprise me.
There'll be no trannies.
Strap-ons are the next best thing. If she doesn't have one, I'll pick one up somewhere.
So Lenny, let me ask you a question. You gonna let a girl fuck you with a strap on?
Matters.
Beat your ass. You gonna take her right in the ass?
Yeah,
Look at Brad's face.
from a girl.
You can go in the other room with that. Make sure
Lenny,
you prep
yeah.
the room.
That's in the garage. That'll be done in the garage.
Sounds kinky and exciting.
Can we shove a wiffle ball bat up your ass?
If she wants to.
You should get all kinds of like toy, like a fucking sex swing, all that shit.
There's already a sex swing there.
Yeah.
In the corner. Come on, you're talking to me.
Holy shit! Oh boy. Hopefully everybody shows up.
Yeah.
You know,
I'll be
Jay.
Jay.
I want this to be like, I want it to be
Just anything goes.
I want it to be rememberable,
Brad,
historic.
Yeah. Work on the water, too.
You got it.
Yeah, let me know
My
because
feelers are out.
let me see right here.
But that's the price I got, so I don't know. I'm
mean, if
not.
you guys-
I'm not footing a bill for that shit because I'm not even going to
No,
take
I'll
it.
buy it. Yeah.
No, you don't have to.
I'm gonna have it right here.
We'll take it out of the company.
I can get it.
Yeah, I definitely need
It's
it.
just expensive. I mean, what do you want? Like 10 ounces for $300?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, though. If I can get a fucking liter for 500, you might as well get a
Well, how
liter.
much is a liter?
How many ounces is in a liter?
16 ounces?
I know. I don't think we should. Let's wrap it up and we'll start talking.
Yeah, go
But one of the best substances known to man, GHB, which our government doesn't allow you to take. Something you should never drive on and preferably do it at home. Great for sex, great for growth hormone release.
Oh yeah, that MK.
Oh, hold on. This is another thing. Why are you guys... We got to discuss some things.
What?
We're going to discuss some things. It's 33 ounces.
33 ounces for is in a liter.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're
No, you're getting it like for $10 an ounce.
And how much you drink? A teeny tiny amount.
all you need is a fucking capful. That'll last you fucking.
Last.
All right. Well, I'll reach out to
All
him
right,
now,
Maniacs.
actually.
I'll talk to you sometime.
All right.
sometime
Thanks
after
again,
the-
Lou, and I'll see you at the barbecue. I appreciate that.
You will.
I
Looking
can't
forward to seeing
wait.
you guys.
Appreciate that.
Peace out.
All right.
Good night, Christine. I love you.